Good evening, good evening, good evening. Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Please put a two in the chat if you cannot. Hello, you guys. How you doing? Happy weekend. Hope all is well with everybody. It's your girl, Kashelle, aka Katie. How's everyone doing this evening? Thank you. Shout out to Uncommon Sense with Jose and Negron. Can you hear me out there? Let me know. I'm not really sure. I don't have my microphone or my AirPods in. Great, you can hear me. Thank you guys. It is episode number 30 of Wine and FaceTime. Thank you guys for vibing out, pulling up on me, checking this out. Shout out to everybody who just subscribed to my channel. Thank you guys. Thank you, new subs. Really appreciate you. Can never forget the day one subs. You guys rock. My channel's almost at 400 subs. I'm really grateful for that. So again, shout out to the brand new subs. Shout out to the day one subs. I really appreciate y'all. There is so much going on, but again, tonight's conversation is all about my experience with general anesthesia. We all know what general anesthesia is. We all been through it at some point, or whatever the case is. I definitely wanted to share this as I talked a lot about my health and wellness in season 1 of Wine and FaceTime. And even in season 2, I spoke a little bit about ailments and stuff like that, colds, etc., etc. So that's what tonight's conversation is going to be about. We're talking about my experience with general anesthesia. I'm pretty sure everybody out there has had general anesthesia or local anesthesia at some point in their life. Whether they had a root canal, they got into a car accident, they gave birth, they went under a colonoscopy, or they had a appendicitis. Everyone has went through some kind of surgery in their life, whether it's major or minor, and that's what I want to talk about. So you guys can feel free to jump in tonight and jump on the panel, give your experience, tell me what it was about. I'm going to share a lot about what I thought it was about here on my end too. But before I get into any of the juice, as I always tell y'all, I like to do a segment I call chit chat, and then with chit chat, we talk about things that are really not about the main topic. So the first thing I want to talk about for my little chit chat segment is Kashelle Fit has $10 meal plans for one day. The meal plan for one day is a great opportunity for somebody who wants to start a fitness journey or a wellness journey. They don't know where to start. This is the meal plan I'm talking about. It includes a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and 2 snacks. You space your meals out 3 hours a day, and I'm gonna get you to start somewhere if you don't know where to begin. Long story short. So shout out to the chat. I see some comments in the chat. Hello, Blazing King. Thank you for popping through. Hello, Unconscious with Jose and Negron. Thank you guys for gracing the stage. Thank you guys for sharing your weekend with me. You guys can be anywhere, but you're giving me a little bit of time in your day, so I appreciate it. 24 hours a day goes really quickly, and y'all popped in for a couple of minutes, so I appreciate that for real, for real. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, real quick is we all seen all across the country in our neighborhoods the election signs up, the polls, the pressure, and did you vote? Did you vote? Giving you flyers and pamphlets on community leaders and politicians on who you should vote for. You guys, I know you guys have seen this. Do you guys know? I'm not gonna say you guys know, but have you seen the social media footage? Have you guys seen the ads, the newspapers, the blogs, social media, Twitter, and all of that talking about Donald Trump running for president in 2024? Are we not surprised? Are we surprised? Let me know, guys. Real talk. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about who they're voting for, but look, Donald Trump right there. He's running again in 2024. He can only run one more term. He can't run two. He already had one. It's crazy. This man's actually running for presidency, but I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. I'm pretty sure you guys are not surprised. Some people called it 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Politics, the agenda, the smoke and mirror game, there's just so much to really conceal and obtain and, submerge and dive in and really understand. But one thing I will say is that I like the fact that Donald Trump is talking about, getting rid of all the shady, greasy, slimy, manipulative, corrupt people in the office. I think that is a major plague. Like, that is something that has to happen from down all the way up to the top on his level. We see a lot of politicians get in office, say one thing, do something different before they get in there. They got a whole different story, dance, energy about what they're going to do when they get there. The whole plan collapses and changes to something else. So what do you guys think about Trump going for president, voting for, joining on the parties to vote for presidency or to be elected again for presidency in 2024? I think, it's not even a long shot. We all have our opinions about who we voted for last term, every term. Some people express it, some people don't. But at the end of the day, some people hated Trump. Some people loved Trump. Some people felt like, the things Trump had to say was really more right but he just didn't know how to say it and deliver it to us in a way we can digest it and appreciate it. It was too raw. It was too, like, just straight cut. There was no finesse or passion to it. Whereas though Biden, on the other hand, and other politicians who was running for presidency, they had people writing for them, giving them the right language, the lingo, how to connect, how to be sympathetic, empathetic, smoke and mirrors. And Trump didn't give us smoke and mirrors. He gave us raw dog real. Like, no condom. That's what he gave us, raw. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think about Trump running for president in 2024? Honestly speaking, I feel like, I know everyone is going to say, like, you shouldn't tell who you're going to vote for. It's not, it's a secret or whatever the case is, but he got my vote. And I don't care who's going to hate me for saying that, but he definitely got my vote. Like, we was getting stimmies when Trump was president. You know what I'm saying? We was getting so much things the community needed, And again, he was an asshole. He was a dick. Maybe he did touch those girls. All these politicians, all these R&B singers, actors, are being accused of some kind of sex scandal. So we can't even always think about personal. Let's keep about the profession, the business, the job. We know that man is a businessman. He is a millionaire. He has Trump hotels everywhere. He has connections and everything like that. He was always a businessman first before he even became a president. So I feel like with Trump, at least we know we getting. Ain't no smoke and mirrors. We know we getting with Trump. Ain't no, oh, he may do this, he may do that. Biden upset a lot of people when he got in office, backdooring, doing stuff that he didn't say he would do, he didn't intend to do, that we are all shocked to see him doing right now. And a lot of people are let down by that vote for Biden right now. And again, this ain't gonna be a conspiracy InfoWars kind of thing, but I ain't gonna lie, I have been watching InfoWars a little bit, and I like what I'm hearing Trump is saying. And again, like, yeah, he don't know how to deliver it, he don't know how to speak well. He definitely needs someone to write for him, or his campaigns, or his speeches. Needs someone to write it for him, because when he goes from his heart, he just goes rogue. He be all over the place. But honestly, I listen, he got my vote. I don't care what nobody says. He gonna have my vote. Make sure I'm putting that vote in. You know what I'm saying? But again, that doesn't mean I'm a Republican. I'm not here to discuss, what my status is, but just the whole conversation about Trump voting for presidency again in 2024. After the whole fucking Capitol storm, after, the whole scandal with the Prince of England and Jeffrey Epstein and them girls and all the people in that black book, and all the corruption allegedly, and the whole tax situation, and the whole going to court and everything, and it being lowered down to a civil court matter from a grand jury matter, like, and this man's running for presidency again. We could all run for presidency again. So what do you guys think about that conversation? What do you guys think? Shout out to the chat. Thank you, Tampa Supreme. How are you, love? Good to see you. Marcel Immortal. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for popping through. Thanks for the love, guys. I really do appreciate it. Like, again, you don't gotta say who you're voting for, or if you vote, or you don't have to discuss it, but just on the fact that he's up again in the polls, advertising, campaign, and everything like that. What do you guys even think about that? Since we all Americans saw what he did last time while he was in office with the whole NRA situation, and even with the whole NRA situation, I'm still feeling like, what? At least we know we getting with him. We know what we getting. These other people, they be like, "Hi, how are you? You want something to eat? You want some money? You don't gotta do nothing for it." It's smoke and mirrors. Bullshit. At least we know we gonna get with him. He's telling us how they were spending all our money on stuff we didn't even know about, fish in Alaska, other countries, how they just using U.S. textiles, other places that we don't even know about, for things that we have no interest in. Like, he kept it real, he kept it raw. What y'all think? Real talk, what y'all think? I see nobody's comment in the chat, so that's cool and everything. My next conversation up for chit chat right now, to be honest with you, is going to be about where is fashion in 2023. I'm gonna throw the ad up again for the whole night. Where is fashion in 2023? I'll ask where's fashion in 2023 because I feel like at the end of the day, like, fashion looks very different. We have women wearing men clothes, men wearing women clothes, children wearing adult clothes. Everything is a skinny jean, everything is a European cut, everything is a jegging or a legging or translucent or super revealed or super thin, super short, extra loud, colorful, textured, very expressive, or either chillax, Crocs, Uggs, sweatpants, t-shirt kind of thing. Like, where is fashion now? I feel like fashion back in the day had a look, had a trend for men and for women. You know, it was a fit, it was a size, it was a style. I feel like right now fashion is all over the place. Like I feel like everything looks like a Fashion Nova website. Everything looks like, you know, you're 5 pounds soaking wet with no curves or you know muscle mass or height to you. I feel like fashion looks so one directed. Like it's only fitting a person who is uh, a below average size, below average height, no rolls or nothing. Like, what do you guys think about this conversation? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just so annoyed with fashion right now. I find myself staying in my own lane when it comes to fashion. Like, the things I like, you know, whether it's from the 2000s or the 90s, but I still rock construction Tims. I still rock Levi jeans. I got plenty of colorful T-shirts, you know, graphic T-shirts. You know, I got dresses and stuff like that. When I'm going out somewhere fancy, dancy with the cases. Um, I still wear North Faces and Marmounts and you know and berms and stuff like that. I'm from New York, so I kind of got like that male swag, whatever the case is, but you know, and a feminine touch. You know, like I mean, I just feel like fashion is just past me. Like I'm beyond this style of fashion. Like I ain't gonna lie, most of the jeans I have in my closet right now do fit like leggings or jeggings. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the Levi's because that's where everything is. No matter if you're in, you know, Macy's or Nordstrom or like you know an Avenue store. You know, like in New York we got avenues. We got Fordham Road, 34th Street, 14th Street, 42nd Street, 59th Street. These are our areas where there's business locations, but there's always like little shopping areas or a few blocks where there's like a few main stores, you know what I'm saying, in that street we can like just hit a mass. So like Banana Republic, Gap, Old Navy. Hey Rakim, how y'all doing? That's the YouTube husband, y'all. Say hi to 18 flood of y'all. You know, like there's those stores. So it's like everything kind of looks alike. Like the only time you're gonna find something that doesn't look alike is if you go to Macy's or Bloomingdale's or Saks Fifth Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Although I said Macy's in the beginning as far as, you know, having similar clothes, but Macy's is so large in New York City that there's so many different floors and departments for all kind of styles, but still with all the styles you're seeing, everything is more a European, you know, cut, slimmer cut, you know what I'm saying, jegging, like there's no more wool in the clothes, there's no more cotton and yarn, like all this stuff is so cheaply made that, you know, like you're busting the stitches, like quickly. Like, you know, nothing is lasting. Like back in the day, a pair of good denim jeans, some Levi jeans, some Lee jeans, or some Bugle Boy jeans, or some Calvin Klein jeans. Man, you can pass them jeans down through generations. You was wearing your cousin's jeans, your cousin probably was wearing your jeans, you probably wearing your big brother's jeans or something like that, or your big auntie or your cousin, whatever case is like jeans lasted through generations. And even clothes too. Like you could dead ass like mothers were known for holding baby clothes down, you know what I'm saying? Because everything lasted longer. Like this shit today, like hell of expensive, but nothing has any value to it. Nothing lasts. Even, you know, white socks and white wigs and white t-shirts. Everything seems so imperfect already, like slightly imperfect. Like everything is like the quality fucking sucks. It's like I wish we could really like create our own clothes, you know what I'm saying, from scratch, you know, type of way, or order our clothes from in an area where we know the value is always there, even if we're spending extra few dollars or more. But what do you guys think about that? Again, you know, these are just my thoughts, my opinions about fashion, about Donald Trump running for presidency in 2024. What do you guys think about that? Like, you like, you know, definitely jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Um, Whoa, 1 second. Sorry, I totally almost just went offline accidentally just now. Those are my opinions, though. I just feel like shit is all over the place. Like, I don't know. I feel like these kids today will never know, you know, the fun we had, you know, vice versa. Like, the generation is just lost, different. Like, shit is just awkward, weird. I don't know, but let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. Last thing up again, I'm gonna run this app one more time. K Fit the $10 meal plans. Again, K Fit is offering $10 meal plans, which is a 1 day meal plan of a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and two snacks for the various options, including raw, vegan, meatless, cardio, protein, you name it. All you gotta do is send me an email at kychelfitnow@gmail.com. Let me know what your allergies are, any foods you dislike, and I will get that meal plan out to you in 48 hours. I was doing the 24 hours, but I just couldn't keep up. So 48 hours is like the most accurate I can give you. But I can realistically give you the stuff you know you need in your email, you know, that quickly. So that's what I'm talking about. So tonight, guys, here's my main topic for tonight. I mean, We're all connected, Latin, brown community people. All shapes and sizes. We all been through some shit. And tonight's main topic again, I want to really discuss with you guys my experience with general anesthesia. Again, as I said in season one, I did a lot of conversating about my health, my wellness, ailments, things I was going through, visits to the doctor, not knowing what diagnoses were, having all these various things going on. And that ended up leading me to have a colonoscopy and an endoscopy at the same time. So I was like hella scared, like I've only probably had surgery where I was under general anesthesia maybe twice in my life. One for a personal reason most females go through when they're young. Second one, again, the colonoscopy, endoscopy kind of thing. So in the chat, how many of you guys have actually been under general anesthesia? Like put a one in the chat right now if you've been under general anesthesia at all in your lifetime. Put a two in the chat right now if you have had local anesthesia. And if you guys don't know the difference between local anesthesia and general anesthesia, it is really simple. For general anesthesia, you are sleeping, you don't know what the hell is going on, you are not conscious or aware of anything that's happening. And for local anesthesia, you are up and alert, you can see everything going on, you got your eyes moving, toes moving, everything, but you are just watching and you're still. So again, put a one in the chat if you ever had general anesthesia anytime in your life, you've been hit by a car, you had to have a surgery due to some hereditary ailments, or you got hurt, you got stabbed, you got shot, maybe, or maybe you had a termination, or you had you had an appendix to be removed, or maybe you had like a tooth to be removed, like a root canal, or you did like a whole bridge, or maybe something happened, maybe you had a what do you call it? You were pregnant in your tube, like there's so many things that can happen. So I see a lot of people putting one in the chat. All right, so we all know about the general anesthesia life, right? So again, how many of you guys who have had general anesthesia were not scared? You were ready for the shits. It was like, I'm in there like swimwear, fuck that, I got shit to do. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm gonna be good. Put a one in the chat if you were super confident walking into your surgery of your general anesthesia, that you weren't worried, wasn't stressed, was having anxiety, was thinking about your will, was thinking about your life insurance, was thinking about who coming to pick you up. You was just Gucci with it all. Like, man, I'm built for the strongest. I'm bred that way. I'm cut from a different cloth. You wasn't even scared. Put a two in the chat. You like, oh my God, what if I don't wake up? Oh my God, what if they poke the wrong leg or poke the wrong arm? Or, oh my God, like, what if they do something wrong or there's a complication? And you was like sweating under the arms, sweating profusely, on Facebook talking about, guys, I love you. This may be the last time they hear from me. Telling all your coworkers, your family members, y'all know I'm going under, right? They want me. Like, how are you feeling? Like, yo, keep it a buck, keep it real. Like, we all family here, we all connected. Like, we all got a crazy aunt, a crackhead in the family, a hoe in the family, a drug dealer in the family, probably. We may not know them, we may know them, but we all got the same things going on. We know somebody not gonna be getting their ass beat by a husband or a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. We know somebody being cheated on. We all got the same problems. Keep it real, all right? So, if you were scared, you were scared. If you wasn't scared, you wasn't scared. But I was shitting bricks. I mean, gold bricks from Egypt in the tombs. I was scared to death. How did you guys deal with it? Did you have a best friend? You had somebody to cope you through it? You had somebody, like to be there for you, to support you, to guide you, to motivate you? Like, how did you deal with it? Again, for me, I had a personal reason. Most females go through, at some point in their life. I had that endoscopy, colonoscopy situation. And for me, both of those things happened like a really big distance apart, like 10 years apart. Those things happened for me. And both times I had those situations, I had someone with me both times. Person who came pick me up at my last surgery was there, like in my other surgery. So I had support. It wasn't like I told the whole world, like, I'm dying, pray for me. But second time around, I was definitely booty cheeks, sweating, scared, like scared. I mean, I hear Jose saying he prayed. Shout out to everybody who's being transparent right now, really saying like, what it really was. Maceo El Moro says, I technically died and came back. Oh my God. Prayers out to you. Like, that is super scary. We definitely hear of those stories very, very often. Very, very often we hear of those stories. Um, well, happy you're here with us now. For me, I had local anesthesia a lot. I had a cyst in my breast. I've had root canals. I've had teeth removed. Um, I've had like calluses. You know what I'm saying, on my foot or something like that. I've been under local anesthesia many times, and it's a big difference. And when you're under general anesthesia, you have no sense of time, pain, sensation. You know what's going on. It's almost like you're in this most comfortable sleep in the world, and you just don't know how long you're sleeping. And when you wake up, it's really not as long as you thought you were sleeping, type of thing. But for me, I was really scared. Like I ain't gonna front. It was the best sleep I ever had. It was definitely painless. I didn't feel anything. It was super quick. But I definitely felt, depressed and guilty and emotional at some point after my surgeries, just thinking about how, I could have prevented having the surgeries, by treating my body better, doing better by my body, taking better care of myself, being more mindful and careful and mature and, not a dun as some people may say, so I definitely had a lot of mixed emotions, and for me, my surgeries happened in 2023, in 1999, in 2005, and again, thank God I've never been like hit by a car or had like any kind of serious hereditary effect that really made me on some constantly have to go back to the hospital, constantly have to go back to the hospital thing. So thank God that was not my situation. But I definitely want to hear from you guys. I'm gonna drop the link right now to the show. But I'm gonna play a quick ad real quick, and I'm gonna allow people to come up on the show if they want and give your experience about, how was your general anesthesia experience? What did you have? How long did it last? How are you feeling afterwards? You guys have kept it real with me saying, most of you had general anesthesia. Most of you actually, what I'm saying, like on some, I'm a little bit scared. Some people's like, all right, I wasn't scared. I was ready for this. I'm built for this. Let me know what you think. But I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. I work out all the time. I can do lots of different moves. Have never been able to do one full push-up.
Push-ups are the best way to start your day.
I will try one standard push-up.
It's not the best push-up, but I can get down and get back up.
That was me. So I'm about to drop the link right now. If you would like to join and you want to share your story about your general anesthesia experience, please feel free to do so now. Give me a couple of minutes. I don't think it's gonna be a really long stream, but if it is, it is. It's not, it's not. I'm going for the hour mark. So let me know if you're brave enough to come up and tell me what your general anesthesia story was. Again, I love the whole medical field as far as watching like surgeries and birth stories and 600-pound life stories and stories about emergency ER accidents. I love those kind of things. I always thought I was going to be in the health and wellness field and healthcare. I went to college for for like 4 or 5 years for 2 healthcare administration degrees and management degrees, and definitely had the experience of working in the hospital at some point in my life. Doing something very different from what I thought I would be doing. Working in the nutrition department, working in the cardiology department, also working in a microbiology lab. So I definitely have some experiences. I see Blasian says I never had anesthesia. Wow, like that's really, really ironic. You've never had it? Wow, like lucky you. I want to let you guys all know I have my first guest right now coming onto the stage. He's from the Boogie Down Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Here is Mr. Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. How are you?
Good evening, Keisha. First of all, thank you very much for allowing me on your platform. I did miss you regarding the stream regarding parenting. So I, we would have loved to hear your insight. But things happen.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be away this week, and I'm surprised to see you.
Actually, I'm in Philly.
Oh, okay. So when you said you were gonna be away, I thought you was like gonna be like unavailable when you said that.
No.
Okay, well, I definitely know you have had surgery. I've definitely seen your body transformation over the years I've known you. Like, I've definitely seen you probably lose like 100+ pounds. I think. Like, I definitely have photos of you at the main office. At with us at I think Health and Wellness, taking pictures with all the participants and members, and I definitely seen you lose major weight. in a matter of a few years. So I know there's a lot you can bring to this conversation. And I'm sorry I did miss Monday. I have like so much exciting news that I'm probably gonna tell you guys in the backstage. I'm gonna probably do a backstage when this ends, and I'm gonna tell you this exciting news, and you'll probably know why. I've been like all over the place. But yeah, please share if you don't mind, and if you don't want to tell so much, that's cool too. But yeah, whenever you're ready, whatever you would like to say, we would love to hear.
Well, as you and some people know, I had knee replacement surgery done on both knees. And the fact of the matter is, I had been under general anesthesia for multiple procedures. Now, what was the scary part was when I had my right knee done. Now, it was scary for lots of reasons. First of all, I had two family members of my family who was hospitalized, one critical. So the one big concern is trying to find to escort me to the hospital the day of the procedure. So I'm carrying the weight, Diddy with an older sister which had stage 4 lung cancer who unfortunately passed away. I had another sister dealing with kidney stones and what have you. And then being a primary caregiver for my mom. So I had a lot on my mind. And then, preparing for surgery. And so it was scary. And I'm not to lie, my mother, of course, was concerned about me as well because she had lost 3 sons prematurely. So one of her concerns was losing son number 4. So I had to like calm my mom down, did it with my sisters in hospital, and then prepare for surgery all at the same time. So it was very overwhelming. Of course, I dealt with it full clear.
Okay, definitely. Like, as you all know out there, some of you may call me an atheist. I don't call myself an atheist, but I guess I do fall in that category because I have not picked a specific religion and worshipped and done everything the religion says I'm supposed to do. But I feel that I just lost my train of thought. My God, I'm like, why did I just say that? But I wanted to say pretty much to you, were you on any special kind of diets prior to your surgeries? Because I was, and it was really difficult despite my whole fitness and health and wellness journey, and it was kind of stressful. So, did you have any kind of limitations about foods you could not eat, or how many hours before the day of surgery you could like have your last cup of ice or water, anything like that?
Well, basically, I was told that no eating as of midnight. So that means from midnight to whatever the time that it took me to have surgery, I could not eat. I could not eat or drink anything at all. Now, unfortunately, there was a delay when it comes to having the surgery done. So basically, I was not operated on to, I think maybe like sometime like early in the afternoon. And of course, you go through the same thing. You get asked the same question like 5 million times. Okay, what is your name? What are you here for? What part of your knee, which knee is going to be operated on? So on and so forth. And unfortunately, no, this is something that they do all the time to make sure everything's okay. So um, you can just imagine it wasn't until like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock, which I was able to be operated on, and then the procedure was, I think, lasted like about 2 hours, and then I was put in the recovery room when I was recovering from the anesthesia, and then trying to find a bed for me and what have you. So it did not go as smoothly as I thought. Uh, I would have preferred to be operated in the morning. And of course, those of you who have undergone a total knee replacement know that on the same day that you operated, you are expected to walk with assistance.
Wow. Well, I definitely did not know that. Um, that sounds like a lot of pressure and very scary and like, like traumatic, because you just know you just had surgery on your knees and you're probably thinking, what if I twist the wrong way or put too much weight one way? And what if something pops or becomes undone? Like, what does that mean, right?
Well, let's keep it real. I was what's considered a fall risk. So basically, anytime that I have to get up, I have to have assistance. Now, when I had my left knee done, I was taking oxycodone and morphine combined for the pain. So it is a miracle that I did not get addicted to opioids.
Yeah, because that's a real serious addiction. Like when I had my endoscopy and colonoscopy, I didn't know I was gonna have them both at the same time. I thought like one was gonna happen first, but well, one did happen first, but I didn't think I could have it in the same day in the same procedure. And when I woke up, my throat was really sore, and I was just like, wow, like I wish I could have experienced this and saw this because, of course, like most Americans, I went on YouTube and looked up what is an endoscopy, what is a colonoscopy, and then what is a endocolonoscopy. And I looked at the imagery of what the surgery looked like beforehand. And I was like, okay, well, they must have been rough putting the tube down my throat because for like 3 days afterwards, my throat was so like sore, like almost like it was scraped with a razor or like it got scraped with like a spoon or a butter knife or something. It was just like, it was very like tender, to like swallow or like just to like, just the sensation was like really sore. So I know you were like in a lot of pain. And all I got was, I think, naproxen 500 milligrams. And I think they also prescribed me, I think, ibuprofen or something like that. But I'd end up really not needing it because I didn't really want to get addicted to the medication just like you.
Yeah, look, to be perfectly honest, I mean, I was in a total wreck. I mean, basically, what it was, they removed the knee completely and put in an artificial knee. There is a possibility that I will have to do what's called revised knee replacement surgery. Basically, what they're planning to may do is remove the artificial knee that's on my left knee and then put in another implant.
Wow, that sounds pretty traumatic. Well, I mean, if it's for the better and it gives you more longevity, with the knees, I guess it's a great idea. But if it doesn't give you like, more time with the knee or anything, I don't see the point of it. But I'm pretty sure there's a good reason they have that surgery. So I know you're probably not looking forward to that because the pre-surgery prep is real serious and it's really like, stressful.
Well, let me tell you something. Anyone that prepares for a colonoscopy knows that the process and preparation is very. First of all, you have to clean that liquid bath stuff, and you have to like drink it down. And I don't know how you can then not eat anything or drink anything for some of the time before they perform the coloscopy. As far as the knee operation for the knee replacement, the operation is the easy part because you are asleep while they're doing whatever it is they're supposed to do. The hard part is the therapy, which means you're gonna have to bend that knee and you're gonna have to do it on a regular basis. You have to bend, knowing it's gonna hurt like heck, which is why they give you the opiates in order to deal with the pain, so you can do your therapy and do what's needed to get back to full strength on the new knee.
Wow. I feel that, like, that definitely sounds very painful. And I just know that for some women that have cesarean sections, which is, not giving birth naturally, but you're cut open from the lower belly or the mid belly to, receive the baby. That's a very painful surgery for them as well because they go through a lot of gas. They have, like, a lot of problems, moving their bowels. There's a lot of sensitivity in that uterine area, and some women can avoid it. Some women, just because the way their body is built, their design and their physique, they can't have natural birth. It's just, a life threatening thing for them to try to have natural birth. So that's a common surgery where, most of the time you get general anesthesia, but there's sometimes that there's no time to give a woman general anesthesia. She has to just, go through the pain without any anesthesia at all.
Mhm. Yeah, that's why the prenatal care that all women that are pregnant, it's very important to make sure that you are healthy, well, as healthy as one can be, and also the baby to make sure it's healthy and there's no problems and what have you. Uh, of course, men will never experience childbirth, and men will never experience the pain what it is to give labor. I mean, just think
I
about it.
wish
You have
guys
you have
could- I wish men could experience that shit because I don't know how men be having their wives with 6 and 7 and 8 kids. Like that poor woman's uterus, her body is just probably just spaghetti strings.
well. Let's keep it real. My mother gave birth to my younger brother, and then 11 months later, she gave birth to my youngest sister. So you can just imagine what she went through that year.
Yeah, a lot of the women born in the 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s, and some in the 80s had large families, like, five brothers and sisters. Like, it was very common back then. Not so common now, but we do have television shows like Keeping Up with the DeRochios, or, where they have all these, in vitro fertilization pregnancies that produce, quads and triplets and twins, back to back. So it's kind of like, not the natural way, but we're seeing that come more, like women having, more babies, but more at one time versus stair step, or every 2 or 3 years she's pregnant again.
Well, let's keep it real. I mean, nowadays it's very expensive to raise children. I mean, first of all, you got to make sure that the children are fed, clothed, and all the things that a child needs. Okay. So, and we're living in a day that, if there are both parents have to work in order to make ends meet. So, it's not, fiscally responsible to raise a large family if you're not prepared for it. I mean, in fact, I remember years ago where our friend Denise Gonzalez stated um, that it takes about $250,000 in total to raise a child from an infant to the point that the child is 18, and that was 2 years ago. So I can just imagine how much it is to raise a child now.
Absolutely. I have another guest coming in up, Jose, so I'm gonna let you finish that thought 1 second. Welcome to the stage, introvert
Mhm.
Bawiqua. How are you?
Hello there, Kishel. Thanks for letting me up. Shout out to Jose. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much. Jose was finishing his thoughts regarding, women
Hi, I
You got
yeah.
cut
Fact
off?
of the matter is this: women. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. You got cut off a little bit for a moment.
Uh, okay, but as I was stating before, I mean, women go through a lot of pain when they're in childbirth. Okay, and us men, unfortunately, we have no clue. Okay,
Sure don't.
and maybe if we did experience, birth, maybe we will understand it a little bit better. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to general anesthesia, I've gone through it several times, and I had two knee replacement surgeries. So both times I was taking opiates to deal with the pain.
What about you, Ramon? Have you ever? I think you said in the chat that you've had general anesthesia 3 times. You've had surgery. You said.
Yeah, the very first time it was back in 2000 when I was 25 years old because because I was doing a lot of physical labor. I had developed a couple of hernias on my lower back, and it was starting to give me serious trouble walking. Imagine being 25 years old and walking like an old man because because I couldn't. It was painful to move around, and now I'm getting back into that again because I have another hernia. I already have the MRI, and I'm gonna have to get another surgery for that. I have to get that process going. It's being a little difficult right now. Yeah, that was the first time. The second time it was about 3 years later or so that I needed to take a couple of wisdom teeth out, and they put me to sleep for that. There was a maxillofacial surgeon that had to do that because a dentist can't do that, even though it has to do with your teeth, but because it is the wisdom teeth. They were lying down. They were lying uh, diagonally. So a dentist doesn't do that because that's a surgical procedure. So it has to be done by a maxillofacial surgeon. And I had to do that back when I was 28, I think it was. That was when I was still in Puerto Rico. And then a couple of years later, when I was living in Mississippi, I had to get, I think it was one more wisdom tooth taken out, and they had to put me to sleep. They had to put me to sleep for that because it is also a surgical procedure, and they have to cut and they had to cut in, and they had to cut the wisdom teeth out. Actually, I'm forgetting. There was one more procedure that I did get here in Texas a couple of years ago, um, but it was kind of like filing down the bone above my teeth, and that also they had to put me to sleep, but they had to wake me up because the doctor was saying that I wouldn't stop moving my tongue. I had an overactive tongue, so they had to wake me up for it. And so I was awakened, but they were still kind of operating, but I didn't feel anything, so it was fine.
You just made me think too. I definitely went to sleep in the dentist's office. I think when I had one of my wisdom teeth removed. So I had 3 times, and you just made me think about that too. I said two, but I actually had a third time in a dentist removing them wisdom teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one remaining wisdom teeth, but that one is lying down, lying on its side, and hopefully it never moves. So I shouldn't have a problem with that. But yeah, those were that I may need to get another surgical procedure, but that's also on my back.
That's running my family, so I'm pretty sure I may have dentures by my 50s or 60s, because like on both sides the teeth are just bad. So I'm like, yeah, I may not have them all, or if they got the real teeth, they missing a couple of them.
Okay, okay. Well, you can get implants. You can get kind of like replacement dentures, I mean, but permanent. I'm not talking about something that you can take off and put it in a glass. My grandma had that. I mean, she
Yeah, I
didn't
don't.
have her. My grandma didn't have her front teeth, and so I mean, she would smile and her teeth would look fine, but it was actually kind of like a fixture that she would take out. Hmm.
Yeah, my mom. I hate that I'm blowing her up right now. She has that too. Like she puts the powder or the glue, and she puts it up there, and I guess it holds for a certain amount of hours. But it's like that's too much. You got to walk around with that shit, or you got to be able to buy it on hand if you can't find it, and if you don't have the glue or the powder, it will slip out and stuff like that. But that's what I was born into, so I got to experience bad teeth and probably bad feet. and that
Yeah.
may require surgery because every of my family has those surgeries, either something with the feet, the teeth, or the back. I'm like, oh boy, this is a gamble here with me.
Yeah. But aside from that, it hasn't been too bad. It's just that I have heard those stories about people that get paralyzed, but they are still conscious, and so they may still feel pain on the
Yeah.
procedure, and that shit's scary. That's some scary shit. I hope that never happens, but
I've actually asked doctors sometimes, like, when I have, medical ailments, is it an option? Do I have to be asleep? Can I be up? Like, I've asked, and I'll wait for them to tell me, yeah, it's better for you to be asleep. Like, I honestly prefer to be awoke because I want to see what's going on. Like, y'all not touching things I ain't supposed to be touching. Like, I want to know what's going on. And you can't have your cousins or your family or your spouse or your parents in there. They won't let no one else in there. So it's like, it's kind of good to be up because at least you can see what's going on in the room.
Mhm.
We see these
Right.
daytime specials when doctors be pulling out their genitals and put it on people's lips and mouths and stuff. Like, those things
Yeah.
really happen. I just was on Third World Colombian's channel. Shout out to Third World Colombian. He's on a live stream right now. Show him some love, guys. I'm gonna show you how to jump in his chat and just say what's up in a few minutes. But he was talking about on his channel like a month ago about a doctor at New York Presbyterian Hospital, which is in New York City, was pretty much taking advantage of patients while they were under general anesthesia, and how the nursing staff started recording him, and that's how he got busted.
Hmm.
So these things can happen, and that's probably why some people prefer not to have general. They'd rather have local so they can be conscious and cautious of what's going on. Although you're not in a predicament to like jump up and like do anything, but at least you can see what's happening.
Yes. I don't know. That's messed up. That there are those instances in which a medical professional that people are trusting with their lives is taking advantage of them like that. That's messed up. That's messed up. That's really, really uncalled for.
Jose, well, shout out to Blasian King. Have a good night. Thanks for coming through and spending some time with me. Have a great weekend. Be safe, King. Jose, what are your comments? How do you feel? Like, have you had local anesthesia before as well? Like, what do you think about what me and Ramona saying?
Look, to be honest, that's when it comes to certain procedures, the last thing I want to do is to be on the local. Like, for example, if you're talking about a knee replacement or like a hip replacement or any type of major surgery, the last thing I want to do is I want to be awake when the procedure is done because I'll probably get freaked out to see the whole thing cutting open my knee and whatnot. Now, I have undergone local anesthesia for dental work, so that's a totally different situation. But the fact that you have a medical physician that took a patient, while under general anesthesia, I mean that's that's scary. I mean, the patient is scared enough as is. The last thing the patient needs to do is worrying whether or not the doctor is going to do anything funny.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's something that to worry about. That you don't want to wake up and you're missing a kidney or something because that's not what you went in for. I mean, of course, there could be you could sue the hell out of the medical facility, but you don't want them making mistakes and you don't want them taking advantage of you. Nobody wants that. That's messed up because you're putting your trust on them.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, Keisha, I also shared your stream. I mean, I don't have much of an audience, but still, if somebody checks out my wall, they're gonna see your link. So make sure that they check it out.
I try to share everybody's and on my community. I feel like it's cool when we do it for each other, but we all try to make it to the same place.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Ramon, I don't have much of a platform either. All I have is 220 subs.
Okay, you're bragging now. You're kind of rubbing it in.
But you're doing good, Ramon. I see you with the pictures and the posters, so keep it up. And Jose and you, I see you both doing short videos. That's a great way. So keep that up too.
Yes, I have to do more short videos, something like kind of like a quick theme or a quick subject, and I can do like a short stream or something pre-recorded. I have to figure out the pre-recorded because for some reason, maybe I have to upgrade StreamYard because it's not letting me do a pre-recorded that I can release later on. Apparently, I have to upgrade that. So that's another thing. Maybe do a quick stream and do a short subject. I mean, I have done it before. I guess I could do it again. So yeah. Hey, Miss Kist, what's going
Well,
on? Hey.
I just upgraded. So what I started
Hi, Miss Kiss.
doing is Kiss. So I upgraded. So what I started doing is doing the rebroadcast of past streams. Like recently, I did a rebroadcast of my interview with our friend Denise Gonzalez. So I'm going to be doing that because there's some streams where the content was very good. Not everyone had an opportunity to view it. So I'm going to be doing that more often.
Yeah, the thing is that don't take down the stream about the stupid games. Stupid games or stupid prices. that's the one that don't take that one down. That one is doing good.
I just want you guys to see my little bottle of wine I'm drinking right now. It's I think Bartonera. It's a white wine. I really, really like it. I want to just show you guys. I suppose I had did this early in the beginning. I'm supposed to show you guys me pouring a cup. I missed the whole thing, but I have a new wine cup. I'm going to show you. I love it. It's so cute. Look at it. It doesn't have a stem. It's a stemless wine cup.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm going to stop showing off now.
All right. Yeah. Do your thing. Get your drink on.
Yeah, it's the weekend. I didn't do nothing for 4th of July either.
Well,
so I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I may not have wine, but I have my beer.
Well,
okay.
actually, that's.
Yeah, Jose, I'm sorry.
Okay. Actually, 450 views.
You?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
450 views is great.
Yes. yeah, because of the drama.
Yeah, everyone loves drama. If you're talking about how to fall in love, that could possibly be juicy, or how to get back at your ex. The whole block is gonna show up to your stream, or how to get something to tea. Everyone's gonna show up. You talking about something about how to save money? No one's gonna show up, or how to eat healthy.
How to eat good, how to eat healthy, or how to get in shape. People that don't are gonna be like, I don't want to do that. So they're gonna be something like that, like they don't want to do it. But yeah, it's gonna have to do something with the ratchetness because they ask for it. I mean, I have had been told like, okay, when are you gonna do something ratchet? When are you gonna do ratchetry?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I do want to do X conversations, like X-rated conversations, but
Okay, what are you waiting for?
I mean, I'm supposed to do it with my homegirl Danielle. Y'all saw her a couple of times, but she's not like ready, and I don't want to pressure her, and I don't really want to do it with nobody else but her because she's very informed and soulful, and like out confident and outspoken and out there. Shout out to Third World Colombian. Thank you for coming through, Boo. Gang. You and Sun Kids, gang. But she's like on sick leave. She's had a surgery. She's going through some things. So like the best time for her right now. And me and her are both Tauruses. Like Sun Kids is a Taurus, Third World Colombian's a Taurus. I feel like we all like connect us Taurus families, us men, and when we connect. And I only feel comfortable with her. So like I'm really waiting on her. I really, really am. Like when I'm with her, like I could talk about all kind of stuff that I probably wouldn't talk about with other people. If you get my drift, like so, I feel like a little connection with her.
Okay. So we're talking about subject.
Mhm.
You're talking about subjects that have to do with intimacy, kind of
Yeah,
like.
bedroom behavior, toys, things of that nature.
Oh. So,
You know,
so you're getting kind of like talking about exploring things. Okay.
experiences, like one night stands or like, horrible, one night stands or, like bad sexual chemistry, like things of that nature,
Mhm.
things that you're like, ooh, that don't count. That never happened.
Okay.
That was crap.
The one night stand that you regret because you had a little too much to drink or something
You
like
was
that.
very young and immature, and you thought, oh, I can't get the clap. I can't get HIV. I can't get herpes. Son
Yeah,
get
and they end up with the clap or something.
job. And then it's like, you guys know I was a teen mom. I had my first kid when I was in high school. I was 15, turning
Mm.
16. And again, when I had sex, I'm like, I can't get pregnant. I can't get an STD. I'm only this age. That don't happen to me. That only happens to big girls. And
Uh,
I got pregnant. Like
oh man.
first time, it was my first little
Yeah.
boy.
Right.
Well,
Yeah. Right.
somebody didn't miss.
Yeah, like it was like, okay, yeah, you're getting knocked up. And that child is my splitting image. She looks just like me. She's just dark skinned. She has my whole
Ah.
face, body. She's very petite though, but she is my twin.
Okay. Maybe for some reason it went through my mind that maybe you could have her on with you, but no. This for this kind of subjects, I don't think that's something that you wanna do. Oh,
Yeah, I think if I do it on YouTube though, it's gonna be like a closed panel kind of thing. Like I don't know how to do it, but I feel like once like a certain amount of people join the panel, whether I gotta
mhm.
upgrade StreamYard, but like once like the max of people join that is gonna conversate and join in the panel would join, I would want to try to like close the chat at some point, so like I don't gotta worry about people throwing all kind of negative shade on it because they can't see it.
Right.
But I don't know how to do that yet, so I gotta look into that.
Okay. I got you. Yeah. Well,
Actually,
that's
what
a Puerto
actually
Rican.
actually
Go on, Jose.
well actually what you can do, Keisha, this is what I do is send the link to the people on Instagram that you want to join on the panel. Okay. So that way you can close it off. And also you can just announce that several times throughout the stream that you only wish to have certain people on the panel, and then most of the people in the chat will respect that. Now, as far as the negative comments is concerned, that's why you have your moderators, which can go ahead and block negative comments. Okay. Also,
Mhm.
you can pin the link onto our top. What you do is you take you drop the link, and then you with another device you move it, and there's three dots, and it allows you to pin it. So therefore, you don't have to keep putting the link in the chat so often.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the support, Sunkiss. Thank you, Jose, for telling me that because I was going like look up in the YouTube studio and see how to do it because I feel like maybe that'll be an easier way to like to try to control the panel so much because it'd be like a risque conversation that's like well out of my brand, so I don't want it to be like too exposed or like I mean, I know the point is to expose it to get shares and views and likes and everything like that, but I want to just have some kind of control over the conversation in the room, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
Yeah. Another thing you can do is yeah. Another thing you can do is when you do stream, set up those people who have subscribed are able to enter comments in the chat.
Yeah, I see you do that on your channel. That's in YouTube Studio.
Actually, yes.
Okay.
And the reason why I did do that is my attempt to deal with the trolls.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. The troll. Some of the trolls are a bunch of incels, and they can be dangerous. So
I just
it's
saw
like,
YouTube Studio drop a new video about how they're lowering the threshold again for people to make money like us small subscribers. So if you have at least 500 subs now, you can get monetized.
okay.
So remember before it was like 1,000, they lowered it to 500 now.
Hmm.
Other stipulations as well, like the amount of watch hours, the amount of shorts, and I think something else has to be at a certain level too. As a matter of fact, I have it in my phone. I'm gonna share with you guys as well. It says 1 second. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I guess you didn't. It says you now can have. Hold on. Where is it? 500 subscribers or 3 valid public uploads in the last 90 days, and either 3,000 valid public watch hours and 3 million valid short views. So before it was 1,000 subscribers, 10 million short views, and 4,000 valid public watch hours. Now it's pretty much half of that,
Mm.
or less.
Okay. Okay. It's like to not make it seem so
Yes,
unattainable.
I feel like it's more obtainable now. 500. Like I feel like some of us can probably get 500 with hitting the right shorts with with the right music and the right hashtags. That's really
Yes. Man, I'm doing the hashtag thing. It's not working for me. But I have to figure out how to do it then.
You know what you do when you enter your hashtag as you're typing it, Ramon. You can see the amount of viewers it got. So, for example, as you're saying like "Happy Friday" versus TGIF, as you're typing, you're gonna see if it's gonna say 1 million people use this hashtag or 1,000. Always try to look for the number that has the highest amount of numbers. So the next time you do a video and you're doing your hashtags, as you're finishing the word you're hashtagging, so say the word you're hashtagging is hashtag new video or hashtag subscribe. Before you end that hashtag, look
Gotcha.
on the side where it shows you the amount of number of people who have used that hashtag. Like, try to pick the ones that got the highest amount of people.
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
This is giving some
Gonna be looking out for that.
chat too.
Mhm.
He's saying you can set the comments and subscribers mode through YouTube, just like you can pin your link through YouTube. Okay, all right, I'm gonna star that for later. And she also says, however, if you have a managing moderator versus a standard moderator, you can set that mode for you. Okay.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, I think I have both of you as my moderators.
She says maybe we can try rewording our titles. Yeah, that's something I do too as well. So when I drop like hair videos or makeup videos, because they do better than all of my other, they do better than everything else I post on YouTube. Whenever I drop those videos, if I drop the video in the first hour and I don't see no movement, I'll delete the video, repost it, and add like a different music artist or a different type of hashtag. And 90% of the time, I see a difference.
Okay. Got you.
So yeah, definitely do that too. Like when you do hashtag like, hashtag share, hashtag subscribe, all of those words have at least 1 to 5 million people using it all the time, and you can see it as you're typing it. It shows you how many people use that hashtag.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to look for as many relevant hashtags that have to do with the subject of the video and make it and make the change on that.
You can even Google it probably, or even in YouTube. Like you can probably ask a question in YouTube, like what are the most popular hashtags? But I know some people that don't even use hashtags. All they use is just links. Links to their social media, or links to their websites, or links to ways to communicate or contact them. So it's really like I feel like a little bit of everything, but like you gotta find your source with it, like 10% shorts or 5% live videos, and I think everybody has to just find out like what's their percentage of everything they gotta do.
Yes. All right. Yes, I'm gonna take all of that into taking it under advisement. because I mean my subscribers ain't moving, but it's on me. It's on me because I'm not putting in.
Like Sunkiss is saying, like, reword your titles, because I feel like that be happening to me too. Like for tonight's stream, I wanted to say my personal experience with general anesthesia. I'm like, all right, but if I say that, it's like that's not reaching a lot of people. But if I just say anesthesia, that's reaching a lot of people, because even in public, like even in the search engines, like people who are about to have surgery are probably going to be looking online for reviews about the hospital or the surgery, the medicine or the diet. So as soon as they type the word surgery, this video may come up in that filter, depending on the words I'm using in the title of this stream. So if I'm too detailed, I'm probably not getting anybody. But if I could learn the right short phrases that really hit the most, like, I think that'd be a better avenue. Same thing for all of us.
Got you. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, when I did my stream title, More Stupid Games, Ramon, would you say that title kind of fit the stream that we were in?
Absolutely. Ironically, yes, because that's not what you intended. But ironically, the title of the stream fit the content 100%. Ironically, because that's not what it was about. The title was not referring to what ended up happening in the content. You will see if you check out the stream. It's over 4 hours. Yes. But if you see the title and then you see the content, you will see that it was a perfect fit. Hey, it was prophetic. It was prophetic. Like it was gonna be.
I mean, Ramon didn't say much of anything, but he got God.
I got cussed out. Rakim got cussed out.
That
got cussed out.
That was so funny. Like, that stream was so long, but like as soon as I knew, what was going on, like I watched the stream in a matter of like maybe 2 or 3 days to like the full completion, just to make sense of it all. Because the first time I watched it, I just watched the juice. I just sped up to the juice. I'm like, all right, it's 4 people here. This must be where the juice happens. And then I called and checked on everybody, just like Jose called and checked on everybody. And, everyone had their own views. And I'm like, you know what? You guys are all my family. And, we're not going to talk about this no more on YouTube. And, I hope I have my family back. And that was the last I heard of it.
No, but that's something that we can laugh about it now, because it was kind of hilarious. I mean, I kind of felt bad for Jose because it was his channel, his stream.
To watch, I'm not gonna front, because you guys looked at like so unprepared.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that there's something that I stopped doing.
Ready for the conversation, and I don't want to talk about it because
do talk about it. Do talk about it as a woman. We definitely could take your input.
I love everybody, and I know we're gonna be family again soon anyway, because we're all like, we're all a community. Like one day. I'm not saying today or tomorrow. One day.
Actually,
all right.
And I'm not trying to start no mess.
I disagree. I disagree, because once I've been told I am not welcome on anyone's platform, that's a wrap.
Okay,
so,
well, I didn't.
Unfortunately, that is the case.
I mean, I didn't know that, and I did check on sis, and I think she's good, and I'm not commenting on anything more. And
no, we don't expect you to take sides. That's perfectly fine, because if you're still cool with her.
I like all of y'all, like even Denise. I've had conversations with Denise offline, Rakim, Third, Golden. Like I've had.
No. I got it. I got you. It is perfectly fine for you to be cool with her. It's just that, well, unfortunately, we're not talking anymore.
Nobody, I'm not saying nobody's right, wrong. Like I don't want to.
Yeah. But you want to remain neutral. You want to be neutral, and that's fine.
Yeah,
No,
like
that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
I'm not picking sides. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I said last time, Jose mentioned, like everyone make mistakes, even me, even with our husbands and sisters and brothers and aunties and uncles. Like we all making dumb mistakes sometimes. Like that we know better, we shouldn't be making. Like we know
Yeah.
this person is going like take forever to pay us back money, but we gonna still loan that person money, knowing damn well we ain't gonna get it back when they say they gonna give it back. Like and but this be our family, so it's like we do things knowing like what. I'm probably gonna get my money back, but we do it, so it's like shit happens, like we grow, we learn, we make mistakes and we move on.
All right.
But
I
I
hear
have
what you're saying.
another guest coming up, and this is not, we're not gonna continue anymore
Anyway.
in the conversation. I did have some wine, so I'm a little happy. But yeah. I have another guest popping in, and again, thank you
Wow.
guys, everybody who's on the panel. Thank you guys for popping in my stream. And if there's something you guys don't want to talk about, put it out there. I don't want to make any of you guys uncomfortable at all. Like, I respect all of you guys, so I wanted to put that out there too. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable right now.
Hey, shout out to everybody. Shout out to my YouTube wifey, Cashel. Shout out to my boy, the introvert but equal, and shout out to Jose Negron. How's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing fine. We're doing okay on this Saturday evening.
Why?
Hanging out a little bit.
I would have came a little bit earlier, except I was doing a little grocery shopping, so I was trying to
Gotcha.
Yes,
get back.
did y'all see
Wow.
what Sunkiss said right now? Look at the comment. Like, I agree with her. Like, I feel like I'm not saying that we're doing that with each other, like us here on the panel, or any of us who are, friends or have been friends or not friends. But I feel this comment is so true. What she's saying right now, like people be holding the secrets. Like, nah, you ain't gonna get it before I get it.
No, because they feel like they need to keep certain things to themselves, because they feel like if they share it with somebody, they could end up sharing it with the competition, and they could end up passing them over or something. But nah, I mean, it will be difficult for me to do that anytime soon. So you guys are good. I mean, definitely appreciate the tips, because I have a tiny little channel, and your channels are bigger. So you're already doing better. So I'm not passing you over anytime soon. And even if I were to get more successful, I will definitely be willing to share.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Sunkiss, I think has like 700, I think, or maybe 300 too, or something like that, or 100. Like we're all building. Like I know we all like right behind each other. None of us are like severely past another person where we're like thousands of followers away. Like I feel like we're all kind of close. I'm looking at Sunkiss right now because I follow her and she follows me. I don't remember exactly because she's been on a few channels. Like she has a couple hundred too. Like, so we're all in the same area. So like, why are we not wanting to motivate and show each other more love more often? Like, ain't like any of us get the YouTube Grammy or anything. Like, come on, ain't no YouTube Oscars out here.
Uh,
No YouTube.
well, the only thing that assimilates, the only thing similar to that will be if you reach like 100,000. When you reach 100,000, you get an award. Or if you get like million, you get an award. So there are awards, but you do have to have a significant amount of subscribers. So yeah, that will be the closest thing to like winning an Oscar or something. Mm-hmm.
I feel like we all gonna make it there eventually, just not on time. And I feel like again, like as long as nobody is selling out to get there, it's gonna be genuine. Yeah. That's when you're not gonna lose the subs. Like we can't be selling out to get there, or it can't be like we just posting anything and everything just to get subs. It can't just always be about just for subs. Of course, we want to do that because, for example, there may be a few days we can't be up here posting any content. So there may be a day where you may want to post a whole bunch of content because that week you ain't gonna be able to post nothing at all. So that's one thing, but we don't want to change the quality or the integrity of what we're talking about just to get subscription at the same time.
Right, definitely. Yeah, I agree.
Well, it depends with it depends with the situation. Like you can usually tell who the type of people that would sell out, and it's due to the people that really don't have much of an occupation outside of YouTube. Those are the people that um, initially tends to sell out because if it's somebody that really don't have much going on or don't have a supplement income outside of YouTube, those are the people that tend to do like things just to get views and make bogus streams and different things like that. So no, we have a lot of those type of people out there, but YouTube is so much different than what it once was because now everything gets splintered into different universes on YouTube versus back in the day when you could just upload videos and everyone was watching a lot of the same channels. Now everybody can have their own individual channel, have their network of people to operate and speak with and kind of create their own little cyber world within the YouTube sphere, and it's been like that ever since around COVID, and they introduced StreamYard. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the perfect example on people that build up their audience, I got to give a shout out to Lovely T because I've been watching Lovely T since what 2011 when I first ran across her channel, and she was the type she was well balanced in a lot of her analogies on a lot of things, and she didn't like a lot of negativity in her chat, so she would block a lot of people and different things like that. And now what she has is a base of people that are kind of critical thinkers. Some people can have a conversation without exploding and everything like that, and without insulting anybody and different things like that. And she got one of the biggest channels on YouTube now. And when she started out just doing it for fun, covering crime stories, different celebrity gossip stories, and everything else. So
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I remember. I remember coming across her channel. I thought that she was kind of like she had the backing of like a bigger network or something, but she was a kind of like more of an independent channel and um kind of like what Wendy Williams. That's who she reminded me of because she kind of had the same sayings and the how you doing thing. She was talking like she sounded like Wendy Williams. And so
yeah,
she
I ain't gonna lie, you right about that, Ramon. She bit Wendy Williams style on that. She did.
yeah. That's the first thing that I noticed about her when I came across her a few years back. So yeah. I used to. Well, I kind of still follow her on Instagram, but most of the time she's talking about people that I don't know nothing about. It kind of lets me know that I'm getting old. Because apparently the new generation, the new young people are people that I just don't know about. I mean, the last thing that I saw of her recently, I mean, it may have been what she was saying, something that she was saying about Brian McKnight, the whole thing, what happened with Brian McKnight's kids. But Brian McKnight is when it goes back to when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, then when he was younger and he was famous and all. But for the most part, she talks about people that I don't know anything about. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting old.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I just think that I'm up here talking to Sunkiss in the chat. She says she's just been on YouTube since April of this year. So her channel is small. That's why she only has a couple. I'm like, well, if you just started in April and you add what you add, I'm like, you still doing good, girl. Like I've been up here for like
Yeah.
years
Yeah,
now.
I have only been doing live streams for like over a year, but come on, only 48 subscribers. I mean, I have no excuse on that. Yeah, that's a little that's
I
slow.
think you gotta find something
Well,
that you're really, really passionate about to really, get there.
well,
Gotta
Yeah.
be
Well, you like
Ramon, don't feel so bad.
Yes.
what is that?
Ramon, don't feel so bad because I only have 200. I
Yeah,
said,
you're
don't feel
doing
so
better,
bad,
Steve.
Ramon, because I have only 200.
But that doesn't help. You're doing better than me.
In the hundreds, like it could have been worse. Let's be grateful. Like, like I don't know if all those subs were for a specific reason or many reasons, but at least you got the zeros behind your number still.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
It's at
That's
single
right.
digits. We were all there at single digits. 8, 6, 4, 2.
Yeah.
there, yo. All of us.
Yeah. No, and I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hmm.
Yeah, and another thing, you do have an excuse, Ramon. You're working a lot of the times. You're working. You how I got really, and I have a very small amount of subscribers, but how I got people subscribed to me was, of course, hopping on panels. Of course, everybody know I came through Radicals, the Radical Latinos channel, in the beginning and in the Latin sphere. And I've been in a lot of different channels, speaking, and certain people agree with what I say, certain people disagree, and but I always try to keep a respectful energy when I go up to a lot of panels. I've had a couple of mishaps, which you know that shouldn't have happened, but other than that, I've tried to and some people rock with me, some people don't. So
It's all good.
Right.
I feel like I would love to be on Radical channel,
Sanchez.
but I'm not mentally there yet. He is just too much going on over there in a good way, not a negative way at all. Same thing with Golden. Like this, I'm too shy. I feel like I would just be on mute the whole stream because they be just going. And I feel like I would just
well,
like I don't know, like I'm nervous. Like I feel like I have to do it a few times with
Well,
them.
I think a lot of us we get on here just to have a good time. We don't get on here to really go back and forth with people. We get on here to have great dialogue and have a good time. And of course we like to reminisce when it was a simpler time, us being Gen Xers and millennials and different things like that. And speaking of that, when I was just coming out of Whole Foods, they had an arcade in there, NBA Jam, and Teenage
Oh,
Mutant
damn.
Ninja Turtles. I was like, oh, I was grinning ear for ear. Here I am, a grown middle-aged man, grinning ear for ear. Then I was like, oh snap! I even stood there and played for a minute. Like, oh, let me set my cart to the side, man. Let me reach and grab a couple of these quarters. Go in here and let me get the bulls.
I hate those things. Even this benches and Donny Park, man, I never get that little machine with the little claw and try to grab a teddy bear. I'm like, man, fuck this game.
Yeah. I remember like we used like the arcades and different things like that. Yeah, you're right though. I've never It's always like the claw act like it's gonna grab it, but then it just slips. You be like, man, what the hell? I just had it.
At the last
And
minute, as soon as you put that little clear box is just going, it's gone.
you be like, this is rigged, man. Give me my money back.
The
So
whole
yeah.
stuff though. But we didn't get into your story about your general anesthesia. Like we're way off topic, but it's all good. But have you been under general anesthesia in an accident, something hereditary, something like major ailment? Like have you went under? What was your experience?
Yes, I did, and it was something mild. I had ended up getting a huge cyst on my inner thigh,
Mm.
and it was extremely painful. And like I don't know if it came from like an ingrown hair or something like that. It happened right on my inner thigh, on my left inner thigh. And I remember just you start nicking at it because you was like, damn, this thing kind of hurt because it turns into a little bump, and then after a while you're like, okay, it's starting to get bigger and bigger, and it was becoming very painful and inflamed. And I was like, I can't, because I thought like, okay, um maybe I can try to pop this, and that was a bad mistake. And then it grew bigger, and it like grew to almost like the size of a golf ball. And I was like, oh, I gotta go to the hospital. And then I went
Mm.
to the hospital, and they put me under anesthesia, and I was definitely nervous because you don't know when you're gonna, they tell you, keep talking, or they put you under and tell you to count, and I end up going under. You, like you said, you can be nervous because you don't know if you're not gonna wake up, you don't know if something's gonna go wrong and everything. And I just remember them rolling me to a room, and I was under, and I was, going out, fading out quick, and then but that was the only time. But it sucked because I spent my 26th birthday in the hospital that day. But yeah, that was the only time, and it was painful when they pulled those damn gauze out. Jesus Christ, they had asked me It's like, well, the doctor's gonna come and pull them out. Do you want it today or tomorrow? I was like, tomorrow. Tomorrow, cool. Tomorrow, I don't really feel like it. So, but they came the next day, and I couldn't back down. I couldn't cower out. So they started pulling those damn things out. They was like, I'm gonna try to pull it as quick as it can. Okay. I was like, all right, man. All right, go ahead. They pulled it. I was like, ah.
Mm.
But other than that, and they, stitched me up, and then I've been all right ever since. So, but that was the only time. I've never had to have any serious surgeries or anything like that, and thank God. But I'm gonna try to stay as healthy as I possibly can, because you never know in the future, and with the way things are going with this food, and we working ourselves to death, and you just
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah. A part of me, I wanna figure out if I can get a job working from home, like some of you guys, that you get to do that. But no. At this time, kind of like I don't wanna work myself to death. I don't know if things are gonna be changing at my job anytime soon. Things are fairly stable, a little slow, but things can pick up, and then I'm gonna be working longer hours, which I have done before, but I don't know at the same time if I wanna do it. So it's like, ah, let's see what happens. But yeah, definitely. I don't want to work myself to that. I don't want to live to work. I want to work to live, and I want to. And I'm the type that I'm thinking about, like, hey, if I can get some early retirement, I want to do that, because I want to be able to live the rest of my years in peace. I mean, I don't want to live the rest of my life worrying about working and all, and one gets a little older and a little slower and more difficult to move around. And yeah, you do have to slow down. You have to take it a little easier.
Absolutely. Like health
Well,
and wellness is
I just
everything. I'm sorry, Jose, please go.
yeah, I just started working doing overtime again, dealing with the the migrants here in New York. So there's a chance
Hmm.
to earn some extra money and some extra comp time, which always helps.
Well, make sure you make your
But I'm not
plans.
going to be
Make sure you make
doing
your plans. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not going to be doing 40 hours of overtime. More likely, it's only going to be like about 30.
Mm, I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, what you do as much as you can that you're comfortable with. That's
Yes.
how I see it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
make
Oh,
facts.
your
oh,
rest
by
and
the
you gotta
way,
make other too.
yeah. Oh, by the way, oh, by the way, it's 166 days until the first day of winter.
Don't start.
No.
Don't start, Jose, with that.
Um,
Thank you. We wanna hear
I
that from
wanted to say,
I like
shout
the
out to
warm.
Sun Kid. Yeah. I wanted to say shout
Shout
out to
out
Sun
to
Kiss.
some kids.
Sun
Mhm.
Kiss, may I ask if any chance are you a Taurus as well? Because if you a Taurus, hey, Taurus Nation all day.
Yes, she
Taurus
is.
Nation.
I
Okay, okay. Shout out to her.
she's a Taurus as well.
But the thing is that a lot of people,
Okay.
it's like
Uh,
sometimes you have an hold on one second, Jose. Sometimes you have an epiphany when you realize so much things, like what Ramon was saying about wanting to retire, make sure his retirement, and when you get older, move around. It's so much things you weren't taught when we were coming up, like about health, about you know, um, trying to eat healthy. There's so much underhanded things that go on in this country, whether it be from doctors to the medical field to the food, different things like that, to the way that the economy is switching with the jobs and everything. It's really an underhand plot to get people to pretty much work themselves to for to the maximum that they can with
Mm.
the minimum return on their labor. And especially if we eating fast food every day, that is a path to an early grave. So, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
and we all trying to learn that on our feet
Mhm.
because we weren't taught.
Yeah, that's a particular thing here in the states. When around the world, you do it, it's it's cheaper to buy things at the grocery store than you making your own food at home. But here in the United States, it's designed so that it's actually the fast food is was cheaper, but that I mean you wanna eat healthier, but they charge you a premium for it. So a lot of people don't do it. So, and you end up eating fast food too often, and you are killing yourself in the process.
Yeah, I
So
mean, because even now I'm seeing less and less seedless watermelons. Like, when we was growing up, it was watermelon that was had seeds and everything in it. And those seeds has a lot of protein and a lot of nutrients to help fight against cancer and different things like that. And as you notice, a lot of the fruit that has seeds in it, even bananas originally had seeds in it. That's disappearing within these grocery stores. So that tells you everything you need to know when it comes
mhm.
to, what they're doing behind the scenes and everything. Genetically modified fruits and vegetables, and Monsanto pigeon-toeing farmers to buy beans from them and buy different things from them that's already genetically modified, or they can pretty much shut the farm down or sue them to the point that the farmers can't even make a living. And that's what we're dealing with in the United States right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is true. I'm seeing a lot of seedless fruits. I just got a water infused pitcher and I got like some limes, some lemons, some cucumbers in it. And before I even bought those things, I just realized buying like fresh fruits from like my local grocery store. A lot of my fruits have not been having seeds, like lemons, apples, oranges, grapefruits. You be like, am I?
Really, really, citric fruits without seeds. Now
Yeah.
that's about man.
That's weird.
It is because I'm used to seeing limes and oranges and all with their seeds. I mean, you have to be careful not to let the seeds fall into your juice. But yeah, that's what I'm used to seeing. Hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to say shout out to my brother Third World Colombian out there in the chat. Yeah, shout out to you, brother. I'm definitely going to make sure to stop by for the Record TV and support the channel more and more. Sometimes I'll just be working when y'all is on, so I was able to catch y'all and stop by over there and um, come by and support. And I'll definitely make sure to come by and support more in the future and join y'all panels. So shout out to Third War.
Hmm. Yeah, shout out to him.
I wanted to say there's big Taurus energy in here. Rakim, myself, Third World Colombian, Sunkiss, we're all Tauruses. So the Bull Gang is here. You want to just shout that out real quick?
All right,
Hmm.
all right,
But
cool.
also, what Kishelle, what you were saying earlier that I heard, yes, the fashion today is terrible. I don't care what nobody says about us wearing baggy clothes when we was young. I can say one thing, and I don't care who take it the wrong way, but at least boys dress like boys and girls dress like girls. Because today
Mm.
it is a completely different ball game.
Yeah,
It is, it is
these days the guys are wearing the dresses. I mean,
yeah, I,
no sense of masculinity, no sense of
yeah,
manly pride. Hmm.
absolutely. Because I can look back, I remember when 50 Cent first came out. 50 Cent had all of us wearing fitted caps underneath, had all of us wearing our do rags and the fitted caps over our do rags.
Yeah,
So shout out to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
shout out to
That's when it kind of ended because at the beginning of the 2000s, there were guys, the rapper were still wearing comfortable clothing with kind of like the sports jerseys with the pants down to their knees, but it was loose, and they were wearing with their tennis shoes and the hats. That was still a cool look. I mean, it was a different decade, but it was still a cool look because it was loose clothing, comfortable clothing, which is fine for a guy. But the 2010s started, and then you have dudes wearing the skinny jeans and sucking skinny jeans, which is doesn't make any sense.
Yes. Oh my God, that is the worst that I've ever seen in my life. And the crazy thing about that is that once the clothing brands, because at that time we all grew up on cross colors. We grew up on
I
um
remember. I've seen it. Mhm.
Donna, yep, DKNY, Donna Karen, New York, Tommy Hilfiger, of course, Polo, all the way to in my time as a teenager, academics, Rockaware, Mesquite, Fat Farm, Platinum Fubu, and different things like that. But once all of the urban brands left, a lot of people started promoting more of these European brands that was European cut, which was more tight clothing. And I blame Lil Wayne. I blame Lil Wayne for a lot of that. He was the
I
first
love
to
Little
start with
Wayne.
those.
Hold on, let's
Oh
not
my
make
God.
Ah,
Oh
okay.
my God.
No,
I'm sorry, but I gotta
that's her
get him.
boyfriend. That's her
I gotta,
boyfriend.
I
Because
gotta get him.
in the 2000s, every fine chick was laying up with Little Wayne. I mean, it was
He got
how many
ugly
people?
though. He
I
was
mean, it was like Nicki Minaj, Superhead, and I don't know how many other chicks of that time that were all laying up with Little Wayne. Like,
Yeah,
golly,
I don't think Nikki was. She used to definitely insinuate it, but I think that was just for her promotion. I could be wrong, but definitely Superhead. He was messing with another chick that was supposed to be his artist on Young Money. That was the chick that used to wear the little wallet chain ring that was connected to her nose. I think her name was Chanel or something like that. He was
Hmm.
messing with her. That came out. Yeah, Wayne. He was with Trina. He was with man. And I loved me some
Right.
Trina when I was growing up.
Did y'all
Jesus, I
see
love me some
Trina at
Trina.
the BET Awards for 2023 that came on like 2 weeks ago or a week ago?
Nah, I didn't.
She looked hella pregnant up there with a whole red one piece leotard. Hold on,
Oh,
so
Wow, I used to love me some Trina,
leotard
boy.
looking hella thick. I'm like, you pregnant? They couldn't have dressed you in a nice fluffy outfit to disguise it. She wasn't dancing. She wasn't the baddest bitch that night.
Nah, but you know what's funny? They say her personality really don't equate to her music, and she's even said it in interviews. She said people, date me and they think they're gonna get. She don't understand they don't
Yeah,
understand
I
that's
heard her
just
say that too. They said she used to fuck
music.
with French Montana.
Really? She did used to date French, I think. Yeah, she used to date French. Yeah,
maybe
she
at some
definitely did.
point, but
I
I
ain't
think
mad at them.
she's with kind of like a younger dude now,
Yeah,
somebody
I
I
younger
mean,
think
than
she's
yeah.
her.
pregnant though. If y'all saw the BET Awards for 2023, if you Google it, if y'all look at her body, I
Hmm.
don't think she just got fat her stomach only. I think she's pregnant right now.
Hmm.
Well, maybe could very well kind of like what the whole thing with what's her name, Palmer, Kiki Palmer. that
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
that whole
That's
thing
kind
with
of
her
crazy.
with the boyfriend and the oh man,
I mean,
it's
Kiki Palmer
all over
definitely
the
giving
place.
those MILF vibes right now. She looking hella flawless in her skin and her little capsule, her body. She definitely got that. I just had a baby. My hips done spread. My booty is hanging. Like she's definitely giving
Um,
that MILF energy because she's everywhere. Everyone's talking about how good she looks. So it does happen for a good amount of women. A baby will really make you glow and really bring out your femininity and your woman strength. And sometimes a baby will just make you look like a Pillsbury Doughboy.
no, and
Does
she
anybody?
does, and
Oh,
she does.
go ahead, Ramon.
No. Just saying that she does. She does look good, but it's like she's acting like she's single without a kid, going all over the place partying. Like, come on, I mean, sit your ass at home. You just had a kid. You're supposed to be with your kid, not not grabbing all over Usher. I
I
mean,
mean,
which is
I don't know. I just feel like some of these artists, though, I'm looking at some kids comment. Like I saw Jay-Z and SZA at the Beyonce Renaissance tour. I think somewhere over in France or something like that. And
hmm,
someone in the paparazzi, I think TMZ or somebody got a video, a clip of Jay-Z and SZA talking, and Jay-Z's like grabbing on SZA while Beyonce's on stage performing at the Renaissance tour, and everybody started the conversation about, oh, he trying to smash her, he being disrespectful to Beyonce.
Wouldn't be the first time.
But no one can hear what he's saying to SZA, but they just show you like the video of them like dancing to Beyonce, and like he pulls her kind of close. And it's like, you know, do we really live in a society where anytime we see a man talking to a woman who's not the wife or not the girlfriend or Beyonce, the baby mother, like, does it always have to mean he's cheating? Like, do men and can men?
Yes.
Because that's always the assumption. That's always the assumption. That's always the accusation. Now, these are celebrities.
When I saw it, I'm like, oh, he being slimy. But, you know, I was getting my hands up by my stylist. She was like, why does that have to be the idea? Like, why can they not just be talking about the show? Why does it have to be sexual? She's like, why can it not just be them talking? I'm like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, because he's a man. Because he's a man. By being a man, automatically he's a cheat. Now, unfortunately, in the case of Jay-Z, unfortunately, he did cheat at one time, and Beyonce made a whole album about that, I think. But that's kind of like in the society that we live in. I mean, if a man, okay, he's spoken for, but if he talks to another woman, then that is, if he's a celebrity, that is the assumption that he's already smashing. I mean, that he's already smashing this other chick. It's a common assumption because that's.
I think the best example of it all is when pretty much Brad Pitt was married to Jennifer Aniston, and he did Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Angelina Jolie, and that whole marriage just dissolved right in front of everyone's eyes, and they had like 6 or 7 kids, and he was like, yeah, I'm not going back to you. Like, I'm with her. Like, I feel like that was like a great example of that because everyone in social media, tabloids was going wild with that story.
Yeah.
Did he go back to Jennifer Aniston after him and Angelina Jolie separated?
Well, they did divorce. But I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know. Going back to Jennifer Aniston.
I think they tried to do something. I don't know how serious it really got.
Yeah, I mean, because J-Lo went back to what's his name?
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, she got back together with a recovering alcoholic. Good luck to her.
That bugaboo.
Yeah.
That 304.
Yeah, well,
Jennifer, I'm not, but I can't lie. I love J-Lo as a kid.
No, nobody can make her happy. Nobody can make her happy. She goes from man to man to man.
She looks good right now. I don't know what she's doing, if it's surgery, but her body does look good despite her personal history. But physically, she looks really good. Her body, her face. I don't know if she had a facelift or she got fillers or Botox. I don't know what I know she got money, but you know, I don't know what exactly she's doing. But
well, I mean, she doesn't look that different. I think she has maybe she's done a little something here and there, but it's so subtle that you can barely.
And toned.
Well, I mean, she's somebody who does have discipline and a team around her to keep her on track when it comes to her physical fitness. So, I mean, I have seen her that commercial that she did where she's at the beach and she starts running and she's running like she's running the 100-meter hurdles or something. I mean, because she's in shape. She's in shape. I mean, you can't do that with surgery. You can't get agility and speed and physical fitness like that with surgery. You actually have to earn it with exercise.
I don't know, because Jocelyn Hernandez from VH1's Love and Hip Hop and Jocelyn's Cabernet, like, she definitely has surgery and she be in a gym.
No, but I have seen her older videos. I have seen Jocelyn Hernandez older videos, and she was much thinner everywhere. On her, she was much thinner. I mean, her ass looks much bigger because she may have done something to it, and she may have done some implants or whatever. But on Jocelyn Hernandez, the legs match the ass, so it doesn't look fake like that.
Got it.
And her shoulders, like her body, the way even her shoulders and everything. And that's a rough girl, man. That girl scared me. I ain't gonna lie. When she first.
No, but on her face, I know that she's done something to her mouth because her mouth does look bigger, so she may have done the Botox thing.
Well, we know the titties and the ass is fake. We know that for sure. So we can't, doubt if anything else may not be fake.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know that Jocelyn Hernandez, she was much thinner. I mean, everything was smaller on her. I mean, so she's had procedures to make her attributes, her assets much bigger. So, but I know for a fact that she was smaller. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like the situation with Kiki, I definitely didn't agree with that at all. I think um that type of dress, man, I see where the guy's coming
Yeah,
from.
because she's acting single. She's acting
Yeah.
single, even though
Then
supposedly she has a man at home that obviously she doesn't respect. That's why she's dressing the way she was dressing with her ass hanging out to go see
Right. That
Usher.
don't mean she don't respect him. That just means that she's feeling this body fat because it's going to disappear in a minute. It is not gonna stay. Like that little big old gel, that little after the baby weight only stays for a certain amount of time. Them titties going to deflate, that ass gonna go down, them stretch marks gonna come. That is temporary. All women who have babies know you get a couple of months of that look before eventually it goes south.
so with her wearing that type of dress, what was her reason for wearing it?
Drawing attention.
Because she feels good in her skin. Like that's what I would do if I would wear that. It's like, all right.
Yeah, but if you but you would do that having a significant other, leaving him at home to go see some other celebrity, drawing attention. I mean, that doesn't seem right. I mean, at least if she had been there with the guy, and she was dressed like that, then it would have been a little different because at least the guy was there. But she was grabbing all over. She was hugging up, grabbing all over Usher, and she's supposed to have somebody in her life. No.
All of that is extra. Like I didn't see all of that, but I feel like the whole cat suit with the heels and the flowy hair. It's like, all right, she's feeling this post body baby, situation, and she's trying to get the most out of it. Because I know for me, TMI, full disclaimer in effect, but when I gave birth to my daughters, when I saw the titties I had after giving birth, I was lit like, oh shit, hell yeah, fuck these bras.
I'm gonna run the streets now.
Michelle, are you saying they don't like Dolly Partons?
Yo, them shits was like, I had like a fucking triple double D. Like, they was standing up like fucking flour and fucking butter biscuits. Like, they was hard. Damn. They was shiny. They was glistening.
Oh, I can only imagine how much you were feeling yourself.
I swear I had to be like a 40 double D. Like,
I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself.
I was taking mad pictures. I was like, I gotta remember this moment.
Okay.
But when them titties went away, I'm like, look at these raisinets. This is some bullshit here.
I think the only time, I think we all have those moments when we feel ourselves. I think. Go ahead, Jose.
But something, some men do crave small bosoms, so don't feel so bad.
I wouldn't know nothing about that. I mean, I like my woman with them naturally big.
You know what? Me personally, I'm a thigh man. I love me thighs and hips and butt, but big breasts too, that's a bonus. That's definitely a bonus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'll take thighs, hips, and butts over breasts any day. But when they big too, that's definitely a bonus. And we all have those moments like where I just think like, that type of suit, it's like you don't really leave much for the imagination. Now, if you can pull off a suit like something like that can show your curves but not showing your cheeks, then I can respect that a little bit more. But when you don't leave anything for the imagination no more, and you're looking for validation for people to give you a head nod like, yeah, but like what we were saying earlier, we all have those moments when we was feeling ourselves. I can remember as a teenager when I was working out and I had my 360 waves. When I got my 360 waves right, boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. I had my 360s in, had just got my pelly leather. Hey man, I was in it to win it. Couldn't tell me nothing.
All right.
Yep. But when them titties left, I had a whole different energy and attitude. I was like, down on Skid Row. Well, you go downtown.
Well, you could have gotten some like moderate implants.
I thought about it, but like the thing is for me, like I'm like the only female in the family on both my mom's side and my dad's side that ain't got no titties. Like I got boobs, whatever cases, but I mean like all the women got like some jugs, like throw some D's on it. Like they got some jugs. I'm the only one that's like, yo, what happened here? I'll be like, yo, God, I'm 40. Like, you gonna give me like 5 more ounces? You can just throw like a couple more ounces just for the fucks of it? Like, you gonna just leave me like this forever?
Okay.
Like, no, I'm good though. I'm calm. It's all right. I'm happy. The more weight I gain, the more weight it gains. But I don't want to be obese. So like, all right, I can't really just be getting fat just to get boobs.
Hey, get the thickness in the right places. That's a wonderful thing.
Right, because like even with like J Lo that we were speaking about earlier, my favorite J Lo was "I'm Real J Lo" in the Ja Rule video. That's when J Lo was looking right back in them days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even waiting for tonight, J Lo was fire back then. When I was a kid, yeah, J Lo was it. Even Rosie Perez too. I like the Rosie Perez. Some people said her Brooklyn accent was annoying, but I loved me some Rosie Perez when I was coming up.
Yeah, it was
I like
too
her
much.
too. I mean, it got annoying after too much of it. You like, all right, I got to turn the channel. I can't, like. But it was cute.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to let everybody know, probably later on tomorrow, I will be actually having a stream. Like with my channel, I like to definitely celebrate Black American culture. And I will be doing a stream about the top 10 rap groups that had a history in hip hop. So if anybody want to stop by, come and give their insight on it, or who they think was more impactful. And then a week after that, I'll be doing top 10 R&B groups from the 90s. And
Oh,
you
the
can say,
90s. Yeah, that
hey,
was like the last era when he had good R&B groups. Everything after that is I can't vouch for it.
you know
So
what? I give it to the early 2000s because we still had Jagged Edge and we had a few other bands and
Yes,
everything like
let's
that.
go. That
I thought, yeah, we did.
yeah, well, that was the Thong song, but that was like right at the beginning,
Yeah,
right at the beginning of the decade. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember the Thong song. Wow, that one was big.
Yo,
yeah.
I
That
remember
was
being
it.
young, and every time that song came on in the club, yo, me and my girl would be dancing so hard, our backs be sweating, our baby
Uh
hairs be
huh.
wet, and you always
No,
have some weird guy
Yeah,
trying to do the whole song.
yeah,
absolutely.
and Kia, my neck, my back.
Uh huh.
Oh my!
And
Oh, I
dance
remember
well.
that. I
You
remember that.
Damn,
Right, right, right.
I wasn't living in the States yet, but I will hear that when they play that song, women will run to the women
right, and
We,
will
then when
run
you
to
hear
the
what
dance
she's
floor
saying, like,
to
hold on,
to
I'm not
twerk
gonna
to
do
it.
that.
Uh-huh.
Like licky ride, licky
looking
hold
good.
You used to twerk to it. I know. You used to twerk
No,
to
I
that.
got. No, I
I
got
know,
one for y'all.
Michelle, you were in the club. You were one of them.
I,
That
I
will be in the club twerking to that hard.
I got one for y'all, man. I got girls ain't had no. They ain't had no business singing this when we was in school, but BET Uncut was on the warpath at that time. So girls used to go to school singing "Nookie real good," that Nookie real good. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Jackie O. That was Jackie O back in the day, man.
Oh,
BET Uncut, and let me see what else. Man, they had the tip drill with Nelly. They had, man. We ain't had no business. We ain't had no business.
We ain't had no business singing a lot
Watch.
of those songs we were singing. Like when we realized we were singing, we were like, ooh.
Yeah, your mama better not hear you.
Like that's a whooping for sure.
Yeah, you will get in trouble.
I ain't gonna lie. I was watching BT Uncut. Had Cartoon Network on the back end. Grandma started coming towards my room. Up, up. What you in here watching? Nothing. Nothing. It's Tsunami on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, you will have to be quick. You have to be quick with the remote.
Yo, I remember the first time I saw HBO's Taxi Cab Confessions, yo. Do y'all remember that? The Taxi Cab Confessions, where people be in a taxi cab in New York City and sometimes it be going down in the cab like full sex or like,
Oh,
like
shit.
yo, it be crazy. People be drugged up, high, beat up, it be all kind of weird situations, and they would film the passenger in the cab, and like it would be like a lot of sex. And I remember being like 12, 13, and I don't know how we got the illegal cable, but we had a couple channels we was not supposed to have, and I used to be catching that shit like put the volume on real low so nobody know what I'm watching. But they knew I was in there on TV because the room was lit up white from the screen, like. That's how they caught me watching Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yeah, because in some of those, I think it used to be like in black and white too, when they'll be filming the footage in the back of the taxi cab. Yeah, Real Taxi Cab Confessions, Real Sex on HBO. I remember all of that stuff, man.
Yeah,
I remember all that.
Ooh, I can't wait to grow up.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that, man. It was like yeah, Sunkiss, you remember that song? This Nookie give you the chills. Nookie pay my bills. I remember all of that, man. That was my child.
Damn.
Watching all of the BT.
Well, at least you was honest. At least you was honest.
Do y'all remember the Ready to Die soundtrack, or was one of the Biggie soundtracks where in the intro before the whole song drop, like him and Little Kim is having sex and they playing Juicy Fruit in the back of it, and she called him all kind of stinky fat sausages.
That was Ready to Die. Yeah, that was Ready to Die. They was playing Fiending in the background. Yeah,
Jodeci and they was having sex on like the mattress, and it was
I remember that
tape. Like you couldn't go into the Wiz or buy something if you wasn't like 18 or older, or a parent didn't buy for you. They was real.
Yeah, I think I heard that. I think I heard all the banging sounds because of the because they were having sex on the bed, and I think at the end she ended up falling off the bed or something.
Yeah.
Because they were having sex so aggressively, she ended up falling off the bed, and you could hear the thumping sound on the floor.
That was a classic. Yeah, that was like, man.
Like that was our like time of identifying sex and like seeing grown ups that we were supposed to be seeing, and we was repeating it and talking about it, but we wasn't ready. We was not ready.
No. But we, like you said, we was repeating what we had saw. Like even when you think about Pony, like as a kid, Genuine Pony, I thought I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought that was something completely different. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it goes to show you, like with metaphors and everything, you just you didn't know. But we had so much good things growing up back then. I tell you, one of my favorite songs as a kid too, watching those videos, what was LL Cool J in Total? Who do you love?
That was a good one. Are you for sure? Who do you love? I mean, his rhyme was kind of like always the same, always with the lips and rubbing the fingers and looking the girl.
Because
absolutely.
Because he could do rap about love, about getting with a girl. He could get away with it. He could get away with it. No, the rapper could do that.
Love. When I'm a home in my room.
A lot of people hate on LL for that.
That was motherfucking classic. I remember that from back home. As a kid, I was in elementary school. I mean, that's fucking classic.
Word, like
A lot of
he had
people.
the Kango hat or the full brim, like ooh, he got a work.
Yeah. I knew who he was. I knew who he was back when I was 8 years old. He has his own shoes. He has
Yeah.
he had his own basketball shoes.
Ooh, you see what Thurwood said? You can put it in your mouth.
Oh, not the Akayeli. Yeah, Akayeli. I remember that. I remember that third one,
Oh,
Akayeli. But you know what's
You
crazy?
get
Like,
popped in the lip singing that one.
you know what's crazy with like LL? People hated on LL a lot for that, man. But
he's a legend. He's
yeah,
a
he is a
legend.
legend. Because I remember what the cannabis say. Um, LL, you ain't
Fuck
real.
Cannibals.
And he,
Cannibals is a hater. Fuck Cannibals. That hating ass.
because he said
Devil
he's
is a legend.
Girl, yes, I remember that song. Yep. Those is
I mean,
like,
objectively, respectfully, fuck him. I mean,
yeah,
he has
yeah.
no
That
business
was he.
hating on a legend.
Yeah,
I mean,
LL
who's
did destroy
Cannibals
his career
today?
after that. He
Who's
destroyed his
Cannibals
career.
today? No, nobody remembers Cannibals. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. That's
Just
true
like
compared to
Cassidy,
back then.
people almost forgot him too.
Who? Who's that?
Cassidy,
Oh yeah, we did
I'm a
forget
hustler,
about Cassidy.
I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a
Yeah, that's
hustler.
when Cassidy was coming up. He was coming up back then. But yeah, with Cannabis told LL 85% of your fans wear high heels. And LL was like, 85% of your fans don't even exist.
That's like the niggas who that got locked up with Diddy taking that murder rap when he was messing with J Lo.
Yeah, Sean was my dude,
Nah,
man.
yeah, like
Sean was my dude.
Hmm.
yo,
Bad Boy, that song that Barrett and Levy with like it had that more reggae vibe. That was my joint coming up as a kid. Shine was the truth. That's back when New York was on fire. You had Shine, then you had Black Rob with Whoa. That was like the New York anthem, man. When Whoa came out, that beat was
Black
crazy.
died, right?
Yeah, Black Rob did pass away. He did.
Yo, I got a confession, yo. Like I was in my house like a month ago. I was like cleaning. You know how black girls do when we cleaning. We got the music on full blast. So maybe that's all women. Maybe not just say black girl. Maybe that's all women. We like to put the music up on full blast. Sometimes we take it back to our culture, like 80s and 90s. So I got back up to the 2000s area. And R. Kelly came on. I had my Bluetooth speaker bumping mad like all my neighbors heard my shit. Tell me why I had to connect my Bluetooth, put my AirPods on to sing R. Kelly. I was so embarrassed to sing R.
Nah, I'm not being embarrassed at all. R. Kelly is a legend. And I
No,
got
that's
my gripes
the
about that.
thing. That's the thing because a legend can be a piece of shit too. I mean,
I can't let them hear me singing Fiesta.
No, that was that joint.
no, you were supposed.
That was that joint.
Singing,
What?
you were supposed to be singing "Bump and Grind." I mean,
I was doing everything. You know,
I don't see
I was
nothing.
even singing Mr. Big.
That was that
With a
joint. That
little
was
bump
Bump and
and
Grind was that joint. My joint was you remind me of my Jeep. I wanna ride it. That was that joint right there, man. R.
I like
Kelly
the
had
Chocolate
nothing but
Factory,
hits.
Hang Up Front.
Which one you say, Kishelle?
Chocolate Factory. That was my shit. Chocolate.
Yeah.
I was all them shits back to back. Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, that was like all you like. I tell you, you know who had the best intros in R&B music. You knew it was gonna be a hit when you heard Mary get on there, and when you heard that la di da da da.
And
When you
Jody
heard,
I
I was like, yeah, this about yeah.
You know, they about to say,
Yeah, man, them was the days, man. And I give it to Ronald Isley too, because Ronald Isley was so smooth. If you heard Mr. Biggs on anything and you heard that la da 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 da, you heard that. I was like, oh yeah, you already know that's Ronald Isley coming, boy.
What
Ronald
about
Isley
this one?
about to hit
Mr.
it.
Big. How you doing, Mr.
The
Big?
big, oh man, how can we forget down low, down low, down low. Hey, Mr. Biggs fucked R. Kelly up and down low for messing with his
He beat his ass here. I'll tell you. Black
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, and he went to go. He went to go check on old girl. Mr. Biggs had her taken care of too, man. I was like, damn, Mr. Biggs ain't playing. Y'all better leave Mr. Biggs alone, sneaking and creeping. Mr. Big ain't taking no losses in this game, man. Y'all better leave Mr. Biggs alone.
You know what I like too? Is that the guy? I think Elton John. I like that song Benny and the Jets. That's my shit. I listen to Benny and the Jets all day. Benny, 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 yeah.
Oh,
Like
it was definitely some good. Elton John definitely had hits, and just in the '80s, like it's so much more about music back then that I appreciate, especially now that I've gotten older. Um, like when you look, like I think one of my favorite Prince songs is still "When Doves Cry" from the
yeah,
'80s. I love "When Doves Cry," and what
Prince was
else?
a good looking dude, but yeah, he had some good music too.
What else was my joint by the Eurythmics? Sweet dreams are made of
Oh,
I
that
these.
was
just
a
saw
hit.
commercial.
Poet of
That was a hit
mine.
back
That was
then.
my joint.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
Jose, you quiet. Throw some music out there from your time. What's some music that you like? I don't want to steal your choice. Tell us some
Well,
of
you see, unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that you guys are talking about, I really don't have much knowledge upon stuff that I really don't know about.
Okay, okay. Your music is from
Sorry.
back when Frank Sinatra was young and shit. I mean, it's from that time.
no, I'm
Nah, nah, I'm
serious.
playing. I'm playing. I'm playing.
He joking, Jose. He joking. Don't take it serious.
I'm
No,
playing.
And
no,
he
no,
is
no,
looking
no.
for some church.
I'm not.
Right. He ain't.
I'm not
He's
gonna curse you. I'm
experienced.
not gonna curse you old guys out. Like,
you're,
He
you're,
was
you're practicing
experienced.
restraint on that. You're restraining yourself.
I gotta learn from Jose a little bit better, man. but but yeah, it was so like it was. No, I tell you, of course, I know you all remember this one because that when that first came out, that was a hit. And like I said, it's more nuances to R. Kelly's case, and it's a lot of people that did wrong that should have been locked up right along with him because they
Mhm.
tried to make him seem like he's this monster. Now, is if you want to say R. Kelly's a statutory rapist, yes, okay, he's a statutory rapist. But to say he was hog tying people and beating up people, I really think a lot of those people was lying on that documentary. I think they sensationalized a lot of stuff to sell it. Even Dave Chappelle said they came to him and wanted to get him on the documentary at one point because they was planning on that for a long time. It was a lot of parents that sent that pimped out their kids to R. Kelly in looking for a come up. So like when a lot of people say, and I like a lot of those people should be right in prison right along with him, and they don't talk about none of that. But his music, if you get rid of R. Kelly, people don't even people don't think about all the stuff that this man did wrote, all the
Yeah,
stuff that his name is on credits.
yeah, a
That'd be
whole
like half of the
catalog.
music catalog.
A whole catalog that was very kind of like
yeah.
cornerstone to like modern R&B. I mean,
I
he may be a piece of shit for what he did, but he was still legendary when it comes to his accomplishments.
Right,
Yeah,
I agree.
a
Throw
whole, a
you
whole
can throw him in
catalog.
the same.
I believe
Throw,
I can fly. I still get waters in my eyes when I hear I believe I can fly.
yeah, you know what? My introduction to I Believe I Can Fly was the Space Jam soundtrack as a kid. I just remember when I was like, dang, this song make you feel so inspirational.
I sang that at one of my graduations in school when I was like, I think elementary, junior high school. We sang I believe I can fly at the
Hmm.
graduation.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I
great
remember
song.
them days. That
Great
was that
song.
was a
Mhm.
that was a great song. Of course, my favorite song from R. Kelly, because that song he snapped with him and Sparkle. 2 years ago, promises is all I heard. Wait a minute, let me finish. That was the joint. Can't nobody tell me nothing. That song was hard. And then another song that we forgetting about that we got to remember, Contagious with Ronald Isley. It's Mr. Biggs.
Uh,
Contagious
uh,
was that joint.
yeah, the one that I really like with R. Kelly is with Mary J. Blige, and it's called "Its Own," and it goes like, "And it's on, and it's on, and it's on,
I don't think
and
I
it's on
heard that one.
tonight.
I didn't even
It's
know him and
about
Mary
time that we
collaborated.
get."
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, I did remember that one. I did
yeah.
remember that one.
You can just look it up for by "Its Own." I mean, with Mary J. I mean, I love that song. Yeah,
Yo, one of
and that's like his you can tell that that's his thing, that he put together that song, because that song sounds different from the rest of the album. So you can tell that that was his thing, his production. He's
Yeah.
putting his mark on that album. Yeah, I love
And
that song.
another one of my favorite songs too with him and Nas. Did you ever think that you would be this rich? Did you ever think that you would have these hits? Did you ever think that you would be the Don? That joint, man, that is classic. That is classic. That
I
was
like
off the
the one he
R.
did with Big too. Used to me.
Oh yeah, that's classic. That's dang,
All that
Michelle, you just took me back. That is
inside.
classic.
Tonight.
It's tonight. Da-da-da.
Another one.
And another one. Da-da-da.
And
Let me see what
that
else.
way
That was like, man, that was like so much. Of course, another one of my favorite ones. Y'all probably might not know about this one, but he had a
Uh-huh.
song with it was a local Chicago rap group by the name of Crucial Conflict. Ghetto Queen. Love Ghetto Queen. Ghetto Queen is my joint to this day. Yeah, man, I don't give a damn what nobody say. And the people that's talking shit, those people ain't gonna stop listening to R. Kelly's music. Now, if you want to put him in the same category as Mick Jagger and what you want to call it, Elvis Presley and Johnny
Mhm.
Cash and some of these other guys that did some pretty foul stuff, like with underage children and having underage
Yeah,
girlfriends
yeah.
that was
And
13, 14
Elvis
years old.
getting, yeah, Elvis getting with Priscilla when she was like 14 years old, and Ted
Right.
Nugent getting with at least one underage girl that he never got prosecuted for. And it was, yeah, it happened. It happened, but they could cover it up, and nobody came out 20, 30, 40 years later talking about that they were touched by them. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes,
yeah, that's
son
something
kiss.
that shit.
I'm well cultured. I am well cultured. Yes, and you know it. You know I know it. Yeah, Crucial Conflict. Hey in the middle of the barn. Yes. Yes, them was my
bringing it
boys when
back
I was
right
growing
now.
up. Straight west side, Chicago Avenue. Chicago and Pulaski. That's where they was from.
Ow. Shout it out, shout it out. Well,
They
I
was
mean, honestly speaking, like I'm not I wouldn't call myself a rape victim, but I was definitely molested as a child and I didn't tell anybody until years later. And I can imagine for a woman who's been raped, it's not an easy thing to just spill the beans. It's definitely a mental, emotional trauma that is really hard to process. Like you don't necessarily think about yourself. You think about the people around you, when you think about telling like how it affects other people. So again, me not being a rape victim, but being, molested as a child, that was a struggle for me. So imagine women who've been fully raped again, not saying we know all the details about what R. Kelly did and everybody else, but imagine people who were like fully penetrated and like, violated. Like that's a traumatic trauma that years of therapy probably still can't even heal. So I feel like it's kind of unfair for people to say, "Oh, well, you waited too long." Like, what's too long?
Well, well, first of all, the problem is we're living in a society. Woman comes out and says there was raped or sexually assaulted or whatever. They start assuming, well, what was she wearing? What was she doing? What was she saying? Okay. They're forgetting the fact that a woman was assaulted. Okay. That that woman was raped. Okay. But no, they want to concentrate on what she was wearing. Was she wearing skin tight clothing? Was she wearing short skirts? Was she wearing revealing clothing? Whatever. I mean, you can be dressing out looking like a 304. But the fact of the matter is, no is no. So, and whenever, a woman is assaulted, and no, no. But unfortunately, we're all concentrating on what was she wearing? What did she say? Did she lead the guy on? Did she have second thoughts? And on and on and on and on and on.
That's definitely a realistic, major thing we hear. And it's like they try to dig into the girl's reputation, what her parents do. Does she come from a broken home? Does she have a father in the house? Are they on public assistance? What kind of money do they make? It gets into all kind of wormholes that it doesn't need to go into. And again, yeah, we know people lie for reasons that benefit themselves. So there's like, a situation where sometimes we really don't know if it's really accurate or not. But for the most part, it messes up for the real victims who are really tragically, traumatically being affected and bothered,
I
by.
agree. That's what I was going to talk about too. That's what I was going to talk about. We have a history of certain people it that was never in that position, but they lied about being in that position, and then it makes people have questionable doubt when it's a real victim that deals with that. Also, in what you was explaining with your situation, Kinshell, I have a relative of mine that was a young boy. And he was touched when we were kids, and you're right. Some people don't know how to come out because in a lot of cases too, you got certain people in the family that would defend the abuser. They will, or they're afraid and fear that it may cause a conflict or that the abuser might be more aggressive than someone else in the family or hurt their parents or anything like
What
that.
happens in this house stays in this house. You're told.
Right, which is terrible, which is ridiculous, and a lot of that is passed down from generation to generation when people say those types of things. And I remember when my nephew when he had turned 4 years old. No, he turned 5 years old, and I sat him down and I told him, you know, listen, come here, sit down. Sit down with Uncle Raquel, Mari. Listen, look at me. These areas, your private area, those are your no parts. Okay, those are your no parts. Anybody that touch you over in your no parts, you come and tell Uncle Rocky. Uncle Rocky will handle it. He'll take care of it. Don't ever be afraid to come and tell me anything because you have to instill that in children so they can know. Because I'm not going to lie, man. If somebody you touch,
Some kids actually raise a certain point.
yeah, I'm like you come and touch one of mine's, I, I might be going to prison. I might be going to prison because that's one thing that people do not play about. That type of thing right there, and yeah, and
Normalize
protect children at all costs. Protect children at all costs because my point, and these are the and you know what's messed up? Those are the people that get the least sentencing.
Yup, the rapists, the molesters, and shit like that.
Get the least sentencing. You got somebody in here for a non-violent crime. Okay, I was caught with this drug. I was caught with that drug. You're sentencing me to 20 years. Meanwhile, this man has been on a groping spree, touching innocent children, and he only gets 3 years in prison, if that. Sometimes even get probation. Like it's crazy.
It
But
really is.
you know what's even crazier is I heard that these people that prey on children. I mean, if the other inmates attack these people, that's considered a hate crime. Now you're talking about people that actually hurt children in that way, and they're given like this status that if they get attacked by the other inmates, it's considered a hate crime. Now, please make that make sense. I mean, I don't understand why that's the case because they prey on children. So, of course, in prison, the bottom of the totem pole are those who attacked women and children. So, and the fact that if you attack these predators, um, it's considered a hate crime. Now, I don't condone violence, but hey, when you hurt children or women, I mean, there's certain consequences that go along with those actions.
Absolutely. It's just unfortunate that, there's some women that are using it to their advantage, like to get a free apartment or to get an apartment on welfare or Section 8 and not have to pay rent for a year. And meanwhile, they move the same abuser into that same apartment with them and they manipulate and cheat the system. And then there's real women that are really getting beat up, battered, black eyes, bruises, ribs, really affected daily and their children. It's like they have to go through the long process of really being authenticated to see if they really have a situation. So it's like a double edged sword kind of thing. But it's unfortunate that we all know somebody that's manipulated the system for their own benefit in that way, in that example specifically.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Well, guys, we're super duper off topic, and I definitely want to wrap this up. I'm hitting like you guys is hours. I'm doing 2 hours and plus, and I'm like, oh hell nah, I didn't eat yet anything. So I'm gonna wrap this up.
Mhm.
Tell my little channel of people and followers what's coming up next for you, so they can subscribe to your channels and they can know when to find you guys. Anybody can go whenever they want.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go first. Yeah, my channel is called, the 18th Letter. Everybody can come subscribe. Everybody's welcome to come over there. Usually I talk a lot about current events on what's going on. My boy Ramon is a frequent guest. Jose Negron is a frequent guest. And, I talk a lot about, different things from race issues to current events and what's going on with celebrities from a Black American perspective and, celebrate Black American culture. So, everybody, stop over, come holler at the kid, man. We like to have fun. It's a lot of toxic people on YouTube. I'm not one of them. So, if you just want to come together, I like to call it like a little lounge. We all of a certain age, we all come together, kick back, have a good time, and we able to debate or have conversations without it being nasty or without us having a lack of respect for each other. Like I said before, I'm not a perfect person. I've had my hiccups on YouTube that I regret, and but other than that, I try to keep a real respectful man, and speak to treat people the way I want to be treated. So that's all I got to say.
Amen
All
to that.
right.
Thank you for blessing my stage and my panel and letting people know what you're about and how to find you. Definitely make sure you guys subscribe to the 18th Letters page. He actually his channel. He was doing some good streams really late, like 11, 12, going to the R&B and the hip hop eras and really good historical conversations. So be sure to check him out.
All
Thank
right.
you, Rakim, for stopping by and giving us your experiences regarding the general anesthesia and everything else. So it's a pleasure to have you, and we vibe out on the Taurus games. That's always a blessing too. So show him some love, y'all. That's my YouTube husband right there. Show him some love. Thank you for coming through.
That's my and that's my YouTube wifey. So shout out to her and everybody. Keep supporting. Keep subscribe to the content. Cashel has very good content, and she would definitely be having more coming in the future. So shout out to you once again, and everybody have a good night. And I'm gonna see y'all a little bit later. So peace out.
Peace out,
All
y'all.
right. Yeah, take it easy, dude.
Who's
right.
next? Who's next
Take
up
care.
on the chopping block? Not necessarily the chopping block, but you know what I mean.
Okay. Well, I guess I can say first of all, definitely, Kishel, I appreciate you letting me be on your panel. This was fun. This was very good. Good subject. And shout out not only to you but to Jose. Shout out to the chat with Miss Sunkist. I mean, hopefully we can see you on a panel so we can chat, chop it up, however you want to call it. But also, I appreciate you letting me be on your panel. And aside from that, not much else. I don't have much else to say other than I look forward to the next one. I appreciate you letting me be up and having me on.
Thank you. I really appreciate you, Ramon. It's always a good time talking to you. You really give us that thorough feedback and all the details. And I like the way you sound. So I like your voice. Always like your voice. So thank you for coming, spending some time with me. I'm gonna definitely try to spend as much more time with you as possible. I was happy with your panel last time you went live, and I was a little bit late. I'm never
Yes,
that late, so I was excited to be there. So thank you for returning the love. It's always love.
definitely, definitely. I appreciate you letting me be on your panel. It is always an honor. I love chopping it up with you. So I look forward to the next one.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. Have a good night. I
All
appreciate
right.
you. Be
All
safe.
right. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Bye bye.
Okay. Well, first of all, Keisha, thank you for allowing me on your platform. Now, for those who are interested, the name of my channel is called Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. So, what we do on my platform is that we discuss everyday issues and we try to find logical solutions. Unfortunately, not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. I have multiple topics, okay? It could be anything. I did one stream regarding debunking the myths regarding African American women. Unfortunately, people have the wrong concept regarding who they are and what have you, thanks to social media. Also, I talked about mental health issues. So I hopefully, and actually, if you take a look, you will see it in the chat, the name of my channel. So I would encourage those who have not subscribed to consider subscribing. I do several streams during the week. So I really would appreciate all the love, by, supporting the channel and whatnot. And, I want to get to the point when I will become a larger, more positive influence. Well, with that being said, thank you very much, Kisha, for allowing me on your platform. And shout out to everyone that was on the platform, Ramon, Rakim, and shout out to everyone in the chat. Now, Sunkist, I have subscribed to your channel. I need to, check your content. I will be doing so starting next week. Thank you. Thank you, Sunkist. And thank you, Kisha. Kisha.
You're welcome, Jose. It was a pleasure talking with you. Thank you for always pulling up when you have time. I know you're away from the city. I'm doing something outside of the city. So thank you for popping up, although you're not even, around. I really appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
You're definitely welcome.
Thank you very much.
So that's all for me, guys. That's it. I'm wrapping this up. This is episode 30 of Wine and FaceTime. The main topic for tonight was my experience with general anesthesia. I was grateful to have guests pop on my panel, such as the 18th Letter, Introvert Bariqua, on Common Sense with Jose Negron. I definitely had some love in the chat, which included Third World Colombian, Tampa Supreme, Sunkissed, I think Irby Fatal as well. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for rocking out for me and vibing out, hitting the like button, hitting the share button, subscribing to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to everyone who appeared here today. Again, I just said that it was the 18th Letter, Introvert Bariqua, Uncompetence with Hosina Grown. In the chat, we had Sunkiss, Tampa Supreme, Irby Fatal, again, Introvert Bariqua. And the 18th Letter again. I don't think I missed anyone. Oh, also, The World Is Mine. He does produce content, but show him some love as well. It's been a good night and a good evening with you guys. Thank you guys for being safe, pulling up, showing me some love. You guys can be anywhere you were here with me, and I really appreciate that. We did deviate from the main topic a lot tonight, and things happen, but I appreciate everyone who spent time with me. It was really, really cool. I was really authentic with you guys, letting you guys know my experience with general anesthesia, my feelings, my emotions, my thought process when it happened. Also, another shout out to Blasian King. I'm going up in the chat right now. Make sure I didn't forget anybody. Please make sure you subscribe and like to Blasian King, as well as Maseo El Moro. He was here with us earlier in the chat as well. I didn't want to forget anybody. So right now, also just chilling. There were a lot of people in the chat with me from 8 o'clock or 8:15 to now, and they dipped out a little bit early, but I wanted to show them some love. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate that. It's your girl Kashelle, aka Fit. Episode 30 of wanting FaceTime. My friends with general anesthesia. I had the endoscopy and colonoscopy. Had some personal choices I went through early on in life, and it showed me to, go through general anesthesia, including, dental experiences, and we know how that goes down. So it's been real. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna throw another ad out there real quick, and that's it for me. That's it. That's all. So be safe, guys, and have a great weekend.
Okay. I work out all the time. I can do lots of different moves. I have never been able to do one full push-up.
Push-ups are the best way to start your day.
I will try one standard push-up.
It's not the best push-up, but I can get down and get back up.
Thank you. It's your girl Kashelle, aka K Fit. Peace out and have a great weekend, guys. It has been such a pleasure. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Trying to get that algorithm together, trying to get everything popping. I'm almost at 400. Help me get there, please. Please share, please like, please subscribe. It's all good in the hood. So peace out. I'm really out now at this point. I will see you guys next week for episode 31 of Wine and FaceTime. And I have a topic, but I don't want to talk about it just yet because things may change. But thank you guys. It's been super real. And don't forget, I have that $10 meal plan, 1 day meal plan, $10 meal plan. 1 day meal plan is breakfast, lunch, dinner, and it's 2 snacks to help you get on your goal or whatever it may be. Let me know my email, what you want as far as what your preferences are. If you're allergic to anything, I got you. And that's kychelfitnow@gmail.com. Shout out them new subs and them day one subs. Wouldn't be here without you. So everybody who came to participate today. It's been real. Peace out, y'all.